show.
Welcome to Talking to Yourself, where we ask, how well do you know you? I'm Will, that's the Mad Hatter right over there. It's going to be a new topic every week. We're going to tell stories about our past. We're going to analyze and discuss these stories and figure out how they shaped us. At the end of each episode, we're going to give the best possible advice to our younger selves. We're going to talk to ourselves to understand one another. This week's topic is sex and religion.
Sex and religion. Now that is a risky topic.
It is indeed. It was your guest.
I feel like I'll be the guest today. I'm going to enjoy. I'm a little nervous because this is the least I've ever been prepared for any of these on camera. But to be fair, I have thrown everybody under the bus at least once or twice, and I did pick the topic, so I think that's a fair go back and forth. Where you're like, I don't know if I want to do this topic. I'm like, bring it on, buddy. Bring it on.
I'm interested to find out what your story is because mine is it's a little weird, intense. It's a little supernatural. It can like we would be able to sell it to Netflix as like a sci-fi thriller.
Oh, wait, who hurt you?
We'll find out today.
Oh, I'm ready. Oh, Jesus, criminy. Are we gonna start with the altar boy stories?
You can start with your story, and I can go with mine.
Ooh, okay. Well, where should we begin with that?
Any story you'd like to tell.
All right. Well, let's just start with. No, Google. No, you're not a part of this story. Google end. Jesus Christ. Google end. Unplug her. Unplug her. Sorry.
Welcome to Talking to Yourself.
Hey. All right. So the whole religion thing has always got to me. The one thing that always, so as a child, I found it peaceful, and I would look forward to going to church, but only for the music. We had like the Santana wannabe, but damn, he was really good. And I don't know, I got into music, I got into the whole everybody, kumbaya, kumbaya. But then as I got older, I kind of started to see it differently. I want to say around 16, 17, I started thinking it's like whenever you see a futuristic movie gone wrong, everybody's, all hail the king, all hail the king. And 9 times out of 10 in every movie, when everybody's doing all hail the king is always such a bad person. And it starts making you be like, is this where I should be? No? Yes? Because every time I go into the parking lot, it's always, you know. And I always found that the most confusing, to get to the long rabble there. I always found it, are we hailing the wrong person? And then why do we always hug and hold hands? And the second we always got into the parking lot, damn, man. It basically World War III, everybody's honking, nobody's hugging anymore, everybody's in their own bubble. And I always thought it was really cringy.
For the religion part.
You what?
For religion and itself.
Well, yeah, okay, so in a weird way, I definitely still believe in God, and maybe not the Bible, but I would like to think that there's a higher power.
And what's the like? Tell me a story like if you have one.
Okay.
That includes both sex and religion. Like any sort of story that kind of shaped who you are today, or kind of.
Okay. Well, I mean, all right. Well, I feel like my parents already kind of knew who I was dating or what was going on, but I don't think they really I mean, they had to have known. Damn. I'll get to the story, but man, you ever try and keep things on the down low? But back in the day, they used to charge you for too many texts, and that would narc you out. They're like, all right, who's this number? Who are you texting it to in the morning? Anywho, my first sexual encounter, we both had the idea of religion. Even though we were going to different churches, her family was really big on church. My family was big on church. And so the whole idea of keeping the virginity was always this like, oh, no, can't have sex. But, I mean, when you start studying, like, I was literally over at her house studying homework. So I was in 10th grade geometry. She was in 9th grade. And you start, holding hands, hanging out. But then you got religion on the mind. And so, honestly, I never got to get into the well, the main hole. Instead, we had to go into the back door because she didn't want to lose her virginity. But then, like, did you or did you not? But the whole thing is like, we both were like, well, I'm still a virgin. I didn't put it in, I mean, I put it in your bum, but right, yeah. But as a teenager, I looked at it like, all right, well, I'm still a virgin. Come to find out, that both holes kind of basically feel the same. Yeah. No. And once you're already naked and doing all the lovey-dovey, damn, you are committed to all of that nonsense. Completely committed.
My story is about around the same time frame. I was 17 years old. To give you some backstory, it was summer 2004, and it was the summer right before my senior year in high school. Except, right, I didn't have enough credits to qualify as a senior.
So you're still a junior then?
I barely had.
So you get credit as doing as a junior.
I think I was actually still considered a freshman. How many credits I had?
Jeez.
Right.
That's cheating. You gotta say your age, then. That's cheating.
I was 17, and so I spent all of my time in the handball courts, right, in my local park. And so Sunset Park, right, you have the handball courts and you have the pool. Like the handball courts for me it was the baseball fields and sand. I spent all of my time.
Okay, I can see that.
I spent all of my time in the handball courts, and then when I wasn't in the handball courts during the summer, I was at the pool. And we shared the handball court wall, shared the same wall as the back of the bleachers for the pool.
Okay, we kind of had the same setup. No kidding, we almost had the same setup growing up for my school.
Yeah, so like
I can see it so easily because damn, I almost had the same setup.
Yeah, and so if you would like hit the ball too high, it would go over the gate and into the pool. Depending on if there were anyone. That definitely
happened.
Forever. And so like some people from the bleachers you can look down onto the handball courts and see people playing. And so there's this one particular day during the summer.
Cool.
I was at the handball courts and I was at the pool with my best friend Oda, and we were at the bleachers, like smoking cigarettes secretly because we weren't allowed to smoke in the pool. And
but you did anyways.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of rules, had a lot of class, and the whistle blows. The full day is over, and everyone's making their way to the locker rooms. Right. This girl comes up to me, teenage girl, right? Don't remember her name, and she like taps me on my shoulder, and she points at this lady.
Oh.
Who's like 3 or 4 people ahead of us, and she goes, "Hey, that girl Lisa over there, she thinks you're hot, and she wants to talk to you."
Oh, like hey.
And I'm like shitting bricks at this point. Like I'm base at this point. I'm like half of her, right?
Well, gotta start somewhere. Gotta start somewhere.
Very inexperienced, very insecure. I'm at like my physical prime, right? I'm exercising every day. I can do 8 one-arm push-ups in each hand, 75 pull-ups, 100 push-ups, but I'm emotionally fragile.
Well, you're not. I mean, especially you're not experienced yet. But what took it so long to get to that point?
We'll get there, right? So
okay.
It's the experience that I had before is that my mom like raised me to be super respectful to women.
Absolutely, that's a good mother.
And so like I try to respect women's boundaries, and I was insecure and shy, and like literally like the girls I dated in the past, they would like take my hand and like put them on their breast.
Oh, that's hot.
And I still wouldn't know what to do. I still like they gave me like it's full consent, right? And I would still like not know what to do. Never really made a move. I always expected them to make a move. And because I was insecure, because I was like super aware of respecting their boundaries and not wanting to disrespect them, like nothing ever happened. Nothing ever came of it. And if I only had the communication skills to even just ask them, hey, is this okay? Like maybe things would have, like turned out a little bit differently. So now I'm here at this pool like completely inexperienced. I've had these past experiences where I've been unsuccessful or broken up with because I wasn't aggressive enough.
That's frustrating.
So I tried to buy some time, and I go, all right, I'll talk to Lisa outside after I change, right? Just to like be able to come up with some talking points, just be able to hype myself up, to be able to talk to this woman.
Well, at least have the idea of like, all right, 1, 2, 3, I'm going for it no matter what.
So I get to the locker room and I'm like panicking, right? The shirt that I brought is dirty. Right? This is mostly my own doing. I mean, I spend most of my time in the fucking park, right? And I'm trying to buy some time. I'm talking to O-Dog, and we leave the pool, and I see them outside. I see Lisa outside, and she's standing next to these two little girls who are like 8 or 9 years old, and this black lady who's pretty tall, short hair, who looks like she's in her 40s.
Oh.
So
going for the older girls.
So I'm like, wait a second, like there's just like the whole family right here, and I don't see the girl who tapped me on my shoulder. So I'm like looking for her. I'm like, I don't know what to do right now. I didn't agree to like. I'm not gonna try to pick up a woman in front of her family, right?
It was too much too fast, especially if you hadn't done something like that before.
Exactly. So my friend's like, "Are you gonna fucking walk up to her or not?" And I chalk it up to like, you know what? I think it was a prank. I think this random girl just tapped me on the shoulder.
They're just fucking with you.
Just fucking with me. So we walk around the pool to the handball courts. A few minutes later, Lisa and her family, which Lisa is a real name, by the way. And I am gonna preface this by saying, like, in this podcast, if I talk about any other relationships, I'm gonna change the names. Right.
You always should.
Out of respect for their privacy, but this woman.
This one doesn't get the privacy.
She's evil and she's a predator and she needs to be.
No, every now and then there's that bad apple, man. That one that just hurt more than the rest. You're like, no, you get exposed.
I'm at the handball courts, right? And so Lisa and family walk by the courts. We get about 50, 75 feet away, and I'm looking at her, and Lisa points at me, and I go, "Oh." She's like, "Yes." So I'm so scared. I tell my friend, I'm like, "Yo, dude, come with me." And I'm like, I can't even really speak really. He's asking all the questions to her. How old are you? She's 27. Is that your daughter? Yes. She's not. Right. It so turns
literally all the questions. You're not kidding.
Right. So it turns out like she was there with her cousin, who was just a couple years older than her, 29, looked a lot older, and her cousin's daughter and her daughter. So
what? You really got to. Okay, keep going.
She asked me if her age and her having a daughter is a problem. No. I asked her if me being 17 is a problem.
Is that a problem?
And she says fucking no. She says no, it's not a problem. So we exchanged numbers, and I'm like ecstatic, right? I'm like, holy shit, like this is the summer of will, right? Like I'm not gonna let my past mistakes define me, right? This is an opportunity for me to like have sexual relations with like not only a woman, but a woman 10 years older than me. Like I would be like king.
It's time to plant your flower and grow your seeds.
I mean, like literally or metaphorically.
No, that's exactly what it's time for.
So, and I the idea at the time was I'm gonna just treat this as like another a notch in a belt that I don't even have yet. Mm-hmm. Right. So she calls me on my Nextel that night, and it's like the usual like rapid fire questioning of like you're just trying to like get a gauge on who we are as individuals. Turns out she's a self-proclaimed witch.
Wait. So you were dating a self-proclaimed witch,
Yes.
and she was how old? And you were how old?
She was 27. I was 17.
Okay, I mean 10 years. I mean 17. I mean that out in Vegas, I suppose that's consensual. I'm sure you weren't out in Vegas. You're out in New York, but I mean I've heard worse. I
There's
suppose.
definitely worse, but we'll get to that later. So
Okay, we'll get to that later.
I'm
Hi everybody.
look, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a parapsychologist, study supernatural, right?
Okay, so you actually were into this. Like you were like, hey baby, you're a witch. I like the supernatural. What's up?
And I deeply believed in God at the time, like so much so where I thought like God specifically put me on Earth with the intention for me to change it for the better. Right, this is my mindset, right? So needless to say, right, I was gullible. I believed in everything for the most part. So,
did you believe you couldn't be hurt, like you were Superman almost?
I don't know if I
did. Did you ever get like an angel or God or anti-God kind of complex? Where like, okay, for example, I never really felt like I was God, but I always felt like I could maybe be a superhero. And I remember trying to move the sun with my hand. I mean, mind you, I was probably like 6, 7 years old. But you would go to church and you'd be like, yo, I want to be an angel like that. I want to have the power to move the sun, the earth, or whatever. And so, when you're a little kid, I would reach my hands out like, oh, and I would try and like, like you're out there like, and then maybe with like, 2 little fingers, you're out there, you're trying to move the sun or the moon, and then you're like, damn it, why isn't this thing moving? Why don't I have the powers?
I mean, in a sense, sort of. I don't believe I had special powers. Up until I met Lisa, and she introduced me to spellcasting.
Okay, wait. So I was doing this at 6 or 7. So then you at 17, 10 years later from me, you were like, I think because by 17 I had that shit out of my system. I was like, yeah, I'm an idiot forever thinking that. And so
I still believed in the unknown. I still believed in.
Yeah, I'm not saying it couldn't happen, right?
Right. I don't believe in it anymore. I mean, it's let me get back to the story.
Sorry.
So, Santeria is just to give you a sense of this religion. It's an Afro-Cubano religion, and it's a mixture of 3 religions, really, right? It's like the Urubas. It's Spiritism, which is like French Spiritism, and then it's Catholicism. So back on Cuba, when the Spanish reigned supreme, you can only practice Catholicism, and so they had these deities. It's a polytheistic religion.
Yep, that sounds about right. The Catholics make you. They're like, hey, we took you over. Now you believe in our God.
And so the way that they still practice their religion was by using the Catholic saints as a representation for their deities.
Okay, that's a little scary.
So Saint Barbara is actually Shango, the fucking Reuben deity, and so there's a mixture of everyone is born with the saint, right? And this saint, it's kind of like the horoscope, right? Like it plays, has an influence on your personality, and so when you find out who your saint is as you're growing up, you'll get like a statue of this saint, and like you'll give offerings to them, like cigarettes, because these saints, these deities, aren't immortal.
But they're.
So the only way they can survive is if you help them, if you give them offerings to keep them going, like food, coffee.
Oh, because they're next level. Okay, so they're like, would that be like a demi? Or would you call that a demigod?
No, they're like the deities, or demigods are like half god, half human.
Right.
These are spiritual beings, deities that need human influence to keep on going.
So is that one of those like they've ascended, but their power relies on the human power kind of thing?
Yeah, right. So
right. I mean,
it's like a kind of a mixture, right? Because these deities from the Yoruban religion existed long before humans. I don't think they ever had a human counterpart. But when you mix in the Catholicism in it, right? A lot of Catholic saints were human who became saints through the church. Right? It's a mixture of this.
Okay, that makes sense. So is that almost like the good church versus the bad church or the alternative church?
No, it's mostly.
Hi, everybody, by the way.
it's a.
Because that's kind of what it almost sounds. It almost sounds like the today's versions of like Catholics and Lutherans, where it's like, we're the same but we're different, and then they don't agree on one thing, and that's how it just gets really nasty really quick.
This is like Catholicism mixed with, like, let's say, like Haitian voodoo.
Oh, what?
Right.
What?
That's what it is. It's like, yeah. So it's you can cast spells, you give offerings, like, in order to like reach the next level in this religion. You will make sacrifices, sometimes chickens, goats, depending on how much power you want to obtain. Right. So this is what I'm getting into. Right. This is the woman that I'm dating is 10 years older, and this is what she practices. And my mom has like told me stories in her past with similar situations with this religion, but it's my first time like actually being hands on with it.
Yeah, right. You never actually really dabbled with it yet.
Never really dabbled with it, and so I was super intrigued. Right, at the time I wanted to be a professional poker player. So with this.
Wait. So are you hoping all of this so you could like get magical powers, basically be a cheater, cheat your pants on fire, and cheat on poker? You asked.
To be able to read people.
Yeah. So you just wanted to read my mind to cheat on poker. But not terrible, by the way. Not terrible, by the way.
So the next day, right, she meets me at the park again, and she brings me a pack of Newport 100s. And I'm like surprised, right? Like, how does she know my brand? She told me she noticed that the day before when we first met, that I asked my friend O-Dog for a cigarette, and so she brought me a pack of cigarettes because she knew I could, because I didn't have any. A couple.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
A couple days later, right? She brought me a pack of Foot Locker T-shirts because she noticed my T-shirt was there. Right now, and we meet every single day in the park for the whole summer, and she fed me, she clothed me, she gave me cigarettes.
So you found yourself a sugar mama. Wait,
mama.
Hold on one second. Hold on. Are you guys able to hear us clearly? I'm wondering. Okay, let's do a change here. Does this help any? What if I turn this off? Okay, how about now? Do I sound better or worse now, you guys? He's soft. Do you want to maybe put the mic closer to you? Can you guys hear me really well, though? I know, sorry. I know we interrupted mid-story. I'm fine. Of course I'm fine. I'm goddamn sexy. He's soft. Okay, how about now? Hold on. Adjusting. Getting better. Yeah, I'm clear. Oh. Ooh, you might have to hold it in your hand. A little closer to you.
Positioning of actual.
Well, ditch that thing. Ditch the muffler. Fuck it, if you're talking soft, ditch the muffler. We want to hear more about the witchcraft, damn it.
She was evil.
Alright, is he better now, guys? Is he
hello,
better?
Hello.
I can't do anything about the lag.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I can hear you really well now, yeah.
Okay.
Does he sound better, everybody? Can we continue? Better? Are we good? Promise? Well, that was our commercial break, everybody. And let's welcome back the one, the only Will, as he tells us about how he hooked up with a witch who ended up being a bitch. See what I did there? Oh, come on. Oh, that was golden. Ooh. All right, story continue. Sorry. We can hear you better now, though.
Perfect. So she bought me cigarettes. She brought me food every day at the park. She bought me clothes. And I spent like every day with her and her family, and we would like kind of like separate from her family, try to like sneak in a kiss, make out session here and there.
Ooh, okay, but are those the most fun when you're trying to sneaky, smoochy, smoochy?
It was, but then like I would walk them to the train station so they can go home, and like hurry back to my apartment to make my 9 p.m. curfew.
Oh, wait, who gives you a 9 p.m. curfew?
My mom.
Damn.
Right? And
I mean, I guess 9's about right. You can't stay out forever, right?
At the time, like my mom had just divorced my stepfather after like a long separation, with them still living in the same apartment, and so there was a lot of arguing. Like my mom was arguing my stepfather, right? I would argue my mom because I was taking out the garbage and doing the dishes. I would argue with my brother because he wanted me to be his older brother, but I was like doing such fucking hood things with thugs. I didn't want shady things with shady people. I didn't want to include him in this life. You know?
You already knew that would be a bad influence, right? You're like, no.
It was just constant arguing, and you know, like a lot of it was me as well. Like I contributed to all of the arguing, and it came to the point where she became my confidant, right?
That makes sense.
I vented to her. She would tell me, "Oh, you don't deserve that. You don't need that. You're like, you deserve better than this. Like you shouldn't be screamed at." And
that sounds harsh.
She really like made my like already negative view of my household even worse. And so I noticed certain things during that summer. My best friend Odug hated her, and she hated him. Like he loved playing handball, but he was bad at it, and he was like super temperamental, but he really wanted to be good. And I remember one time, like she was standing in the bleachers in the pool, looking down at us playing handball, and while he was swinging his hand, she like said something mean to him, right, and to distract him, and he missed the shot.
Oh, I know where this is going.
And he was like, "Fucking bitch!" And she screamed out. She was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And I saw her. She ran down the bleachers, then sprinted across the pool deck into the locker room, out the exit, around the pool, still in her bathing suit, and I had to pull her away from my best friend because she was going to attack him.
She was going to kill him. She was going to kill him.
Just for one little word. Like, she's the type of person, like, if you were walking down the street on your phone and you were in her way, she will shoulder check you. I had to pull her away from 6 women in Burger King because one of them stepped back accidentally and like scuffed her sneaker a little bit. Dude, like it was an all out
go time, right? Like ding 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 ding.
But she was like so sweet to me. Like she was like, to me, she was like the kindest person ever.
Is that the type where you basically started going out with the class bully? But she's the type, you know what I mean? Every bully gets that one person you're a sucker for, right? So you were her sucker where she would protect you and you could beat the crap out of her. She'd never punch you back. But if anyone so much as looks at you the wrong way, is she going to murder? How far off am I?
No, it was like, well, I was in my physical prime. So it was more like me, like,
so you can handle your own.
I can handle my own. It was more like she was so self-censored, and she took everything so personally. She was such an like she had anger issues and emotional issues, and it projected themselves into
it hurt everybody else, right?
Yeah. She was constantly talking shit about everyone else. She was never wrong, right? But
are girls ever wrong though?
Yes, they are sometimes.
That's right, girls. You're wrong sometimes. You heard it here first. The internet said it, so it must be true.
So, on top of all that, right? Like she's we're like starting this relationship. It's time for me to go back to school, right? We start having sex. So now I'm lying about like going to the Like, I'm lying about going
So
to the
you're
park.
ditching school now for her, and you're practicing witchcraft, basically.
Not yet. So I'm like,
Not yet.
yeah. So like, I'm having sex with her. I'm not going to the handball courts, right? I'm telling my mom that I'm sleeping over my best friend's house. I'm sleeping over her house, and when I go back to school, I start cutting school to go see her, and she starts leaving work early to see me. So she has a daughter, right? So in order for us to have sex, her daughter has to be in school, the room has to be empty, right? And
Oh my god, that sounds like so much work.
it was a lot of work. And so apparently she worked as like in the office, in P Diddy's office.
Wait, in whose office?
P Diddy's.
P Diddy's. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Right. So she has this career. She has a daughter. She's older than me. I'm like super intrigued by it. She's practicing witchcraft. I want to tap into my supernatural fucking.
Yo, you're ready to move the sun and the earth, right? All right, I'm with it. I literally know that feeling where you're like, son, today I am moving you, damn it. And you say, thank you, and I spin you around.
So the one class I do go to is video production, right?
Okay.
And that's only because
you wanted to go.
Because the teacher, Miss Caroline Raymond Reddick, right? I had taken her class the previous semester, women's studies, and she was the most kind, understanding, like approachable teacher I ever come across. Like she really cared about who I was as a person. She worked with me and my needs.
The kind of teacher you're lucky to have.
So I chose video production because because Caroline was teaching, and luckily enough, this representative of this organization called Real Works Teen Filmmaking came in. They showed us
Is that the MTV thing? Sorry.
It was at the time it was sponsored by HBO.
Okay, so this is its infancy.
Yeah, it's 5 years within its origination.
How cool.
And so so he showed us a bunch of short documentaries that were made by students, gave us applications, and of course, right? It hits with me right away. The application, and you have to write a 1-page essay on what you would make your documentary about. I procrastinated way to the last minute, handed in the application like 1 hour before the fucking place closed on the deadline night, right?
Oh my god. Okay, so you weren't even supposed to get in. You did this kind of on a spontaneous whim.
I just procrastinated and fucked.
Oh shit. Okay, even more. So you knew about it, but sometimes you create your best work that way.
For me, that night I went to her apartment and I gave my first offering ever to Elegua to get into this program. I gave him an offering of salmon.
Please, oh salmon gods! Please, oh salmon gods, give me it.
He's the keeper of the roads and paths, right? And so in Santeria, any ritual that you do, right? You have to get his permission first because he's the one.
All roads go through him, right? If he controls all the roads.
Him.
Well, that's interesting.
So I got into the program, right? And things were like actually starting to really spiral out of control at home. And she kept pressuring me to tell my mom her age because they had like a phone relationship, right? We would speak on the phone 3 hours a night, 4 hours a night.
Well,
but
yeah.
My mom still didn't know how old she was. She didn't know she had a daughter.
But a responsible parent's gonna want to start knowing, hey, by the way, like you're kind of hooking up with my child. How old are you?
And so that's what Lisa said, right? Lisa was like, dude, she's like, tell your mom my age. Like, what are you worried about? Like, what are you hiding? Yeah. Why are you ashamed of me? Like, she was really like putting it on me, like, why aren't you telling your mom?
Okay, so you had a. So wait, well, no, not. I mean, yeah, but so it's usually the other way around. So, well, obviously she's older, but so she had no problem with the age split, and you did. You weren't because. Okay, I mean, usually when the 17-year-old is hooking up with the 27-year-old, you tell all your friends and you get high fives everywhere. Like, bro, you're hooking up with the literal mom. You know how many people in high school would love to be like, bro, I hooked up with a MILF.
Right. Yeah. With your friends.
So
that was the case with my friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you're able to tell your friends, but you can't tell mom.
I didn't tell mom. Yeah. And then when I did tell my mom, I can see the like,
the disappointment
that she had. But like overly reacting, so she tried to accept it, but I'm 17. I'm like a few months away from turning 18.
But there's not much you can do anyways.
Still had a 9 p.m. curfew. Still wasn't allowed to fucking sleep over her house. And so now, like, Lisa was using these things
against your mom, right?
She's like, your mom doesn't even like me. Like, she wants to keep us apart. She won't even let me stay in my apartment. Like, she was putting things in my mind. And
she was making you hate your mother without even knowing she was making you hate your mother.
Yeah, she was definitely putting me against her, for sure. And like at my 4 days after my 18th birthday, I told my mom like that this is it. I'm done. I'm leaving. And I walked out as my mom and my little brother cried hysterically. You know, like Lisa basically said, "Hey, Will, I don't care that you smoke cigarettes. Hey, Will, I don't care that you cut school. Hey, Will, I know you are great. I feed you. I clothe you. Right? I fuck you every single day.
Everything.
And you know what? And I'll fill out your paperwork for you because I know you have bad handwriting. Like this is what she put in my head, and I moved out.
Well, so in a weird way, did you? I mean, just minus the sex part. Like, did you actually finally get an adult who actually took care of you, or did the above and the beyond instead of just the basics? Not say that your mom like could or couldn't. Just sometimes just giving shelter and food is enough for most parents. But then you found someone who's like, hold on, let me really mentor you down.
In hindsight, my mom did better than anyone could have possibly done for me at the time.
That's all you can do sometimes, right? That's all you can do with what you got.
98th percentile of moms, right? When it comes to who I am as a person today, my mom is.
That's who we're blaming, right? That's who we're blaming.
She made me who I am today, and I love her. At the moment, I couldn't see it, and so when I left my mom's apartment that night and I moved out, I showed up to Lisa's apartment, and I walked in, and it was a real.
Did you even tell her you were gonna do that, or did you just like, by the way, I live here now?
Oh, she's the one who said come through and move in. Like I'm telling you, she put everything in my head. So
she laid it all out there.
I walk into her apartment. It's a railroad apartment, basically like a long studio. It's 2 bedrooms, kind of. But the 2 bedrooms are split by like a piece of like drywall that's like rocky, and it doesn't even go up all the way to the ceiling because each room shares the same light.
Oh, like your last place. More or less.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got that little cringy top open, but it works. It works. And it makes the AC work really well, too, by the way. It does.
She had two dogs, big dogs, chained at both ends of the apartment. The mattress was on the ground, no box spring, no frame. Right? I lay down in bed, I kiss her, she rolls over and goes to sleep. It was the first time that we spent a night together where we didn't have sex.
You just were a normal couple for once, or was that the first time where you're like, oh my god, I'm in this? Like what?
So like everything's starting to come. Like everything's starting to like really like I turn over and there's Star Wars playing on this like little like 17-inch screen TV on VHS, and I can see like through like the glow of the TV, I can see the dust particles just floating. Right?
That's wild.
It's cluttered. I can smell that a dog just took a shit. In the next room. Like I realized at that moment that I just made a fucking huge mistake. I made the biggest. it was the biggest mistake of my life. I wouldn't leave that apartment for another 2.5 years. Right? And she.
Damn. So that slowed you down. Like, that's the rest of your teenage years. Pretty much.
I proceeded to get emotionally and sometimes physically abused by that woman. 2.5 years.
You got stuck. Literally stuck. Like, when you moved in, you didn't really realize that you were going to be under a different female's, like, rules or and then where do you go? What do you do? And you never were like, I think I'm going to go back to mom's. You never hit your mom up and was like, hey mom, I'm coming home?
I had too much pride. Everyone knew I was making a mistake. O-Dog knew I was making a mistake. My brother knew I was making a mistake. My mom knew I was making a mistake. And then as soon as I got there, I realized I made a fucking goddamn mistake. But
no takes you back. Committed, right? Just committed.
I didn't want to prove. I didn't want to prove them right.
Yeah, that's stubbornness, man.
Pride. Too much fucking dumb young pride.
That dumb young, like, too proud, too strong, gonna figure it out otherwise. That's impressive.
And that's just, I mean, that's part one.
And so, damn.
All right, advice time. What advice would I give to my younger self? I have some notes. Let me.
So we're closing it out here. This will be Will's little ending here. Oh my god, I love this. Does this not look beautiful, you guys? Does this not look beautiful? Oh yeah, right there. Oh yeah. Look how sexy he looks. That beard though.
All right. So like looking back, she was grooming me, like literally grooming me. She manipulated me by like buying me things like cigarettes, food, clothes, and then she sealed the deal by fucking me every day. Like giving me, like, just giving me all the things that I wanted as a young person becoming an adult. And I think one of the most important things that you can learn as a person, especially in relationships, is identifying red flags. And I didn't realize at the time, but this relationship is how I learned to identify the red flags. I was 17, she was 27 with a kid, right? I had a fucking curfew.
Jesus.
I had a curfew. I couldn't drink. I was closer in age to her daughter than I was to her.
Yep.
I thought I was special, right? I wasn't. I realized that I had potential, but I didn't want to do any of the work. And I wanted so bad to achieve my hopes and dreams, and I thought I can get there with a little bit of magic.
With a shortcut.
Like, use like Western philosophy as its fucking finest, like pop a pill.
Mm-hmm.
Pop a pill, lose weight. I wanted to learn some magic and be able to fucking like override the hard work that entails actually
who needs to practice poker, right?
Right. Looking back, like, she was so confrontational. Like, that was like her like picking fights with people in Burger King and bumping people in the street. That's never gonna end, right? It's never gonna end. It's only gonna get worse, and it did get worse. I think for my younger self, it's like you gotta you have to work hard. You have to be able to identify red flags. You have to. I'm lost. Lost my train of thought.
I believe in you. Leave it there? That was amazing.
I don't think so.
Oh, I gotta sit back in my chair. Well, to tie that all in, I feel like for myself, sometimes because I have been wondering, because I knew we would have this 5 minutes, and while that I thought all week, and I still don't have a proper answer for this, even less after listening to your story. I feel like after listening to all of this, the younger me, the only advice I could really give from this would just be try more, experiment more, like way more. And so in my case, me and my family, even to this day, we have a weird connection, love, hate relationship. Super weird. Don't have enough time for that. Maybe another day. But I didn't realize, even though I didn't always feel like my family was there or smart enough to help me, I always had their support, and I feel like I was always too stubborn to go for it. Where in hindsight, damn, I should have just went for way, way more random things and just done way stupid things. And that doesn't necessarily mean with a girl. I just feel like the same thing. I allowed the stubbornness to get in the way too much on different things that borderline, I guess I could have exploited, right? If you got good family and good help, but you don't get that good help if unfortunately don't ask. And that pretty much goes at any age, right? Like if you got all the resources in front of you, I feel like I was just too ashamed for whatever stupid reason or too embarrassed to basically take advantage of that. If I got to redo on all this, damn, I would take advantage of every little resource I have in front of me. Jesus, criminy, would I ever. Want to say goodbye to everybody? Oh. So that being said, everybody, this was the one, the only Will V. Cain. You can add him on the Instagram at I'm at risk. And then I'm the Mad Hatter. Add me at Mad Hatter TV. You guys make sure to add our YouTube. We'll be doing this on Downtown Las Vegas Good Buddies. We're going to so what's going on now, guys, is we have 3 hours of broadcasting. So we'll be switching, and then I'll edit it and then make this into, more or less, we'll be making this into 3 different videos. We'll post it on the YouTube, the Instagram, and this will be a weekly thing that we're doing. So no, I'm not leaving. I'm here for another 2 hours. The next segment is going to talk about friendships and relationships, and this time it'll be all the good buddies on how you pick friends, how you pick coworkers, how you interact with coworkers and friends, and then everybody that wants to stick around, I guess what you could say, all my stoner friends. They're going to come over and do the same thing, and we have a group at 9:30, and it'll also be about friendship, but more in the pot smoking community aspect. And we'll have a girl guest, and we'll talk about the female version and the male version. So basically, there's 5 of us. We've put together we're the Downtown Las Vegas Good Buddies. So we'll have Will, Scott, Vladimir, Vinny, and myself. I guess you could say the niche hopefully will be me as this goofy ass red panda. I still think it's hilarious. Even more hilarious that I have my friends willing to actually let me be the red panda and do a podcast. So I to this day, I haven't seen anything like that. I feel like it's a little different. So, I'll just slowly promote us. If you want to add add our YouTube that we're all creating together, that'd be amazing. If not, it's okay. So what we're doing next, we have one of the good buddies who wants to do a 15-minute rant. So I'm literally going to let this man rant. I'm literally going to let this man rant for 15 minutes. So introducing next is the one, the only. Are you guys ready for this? So this is Vladimir, everybody. I know I'm ready for this. So everybody, I'll set it up. Welcome, the one, the only Vladimir.
You already know, y'all. You already know. How's it going there, guys? Vladimir here, and I want to call this segment. You know what really wraps my nipples in the knot, or what really just like sets pretty much an average human being just trying to have a beautiful, lovely day, going to their fine establishment or business to support whatever. The thing is, I exploit the motherfuckers that annoy you. I'm talking about motherfuckers with loud cars. Loud cars. I'm gonna be very logical and chill with this interaction, guys. Listen, I love cars. Okay, we have a wide variety of amazing cars in the market. Okay, but goddamn, when I'm just minding my own goddamn business and all I hear is, you know, come on, come on, you know, I'm just like trying to have a lovely day. You know, I'm like I'm in my own zone, like auto zone, you know, but like not like that. You know, it's just like, damn. Like, chill. Where are you going? You're gonna get a ticket. Where are you gonna drive your Mazda Accord 5000? Where? You're literally like, that's the thing. Is like, listen, there's a lot of amazing exotic cars in the market, believe me. But like, you just like, where are you gonna go? Like, where are you gonna go? Like, you can't go like rocket fast because you're gonna get a ticket. You know, you got this super duper like car. Like, where are you gonna drive it without getting a ticket? But the thing is, I never understood the logicism. That's not me. You know, I like a car that likes a car. You know, a car that's like, hey, you know, I'm gonna take you to point A to point B, bada bing, bada boom, here we are. You know, this is me. This is just my generalized, unlogical opinion. Why? You can close the door. God dang it! Oh my goodness, this is my first. I just can't. It's just me. But the point is, I will respect one art behind it. It's just there's a lot of creative geniuses that really just learn in the engineering aspect behind cars, and that's something to really appreciate. But like where would you? How do you not feel the constant, like, you know, you're in a neighborhood. You probably have a house somewhere in a beautiful neighborhood. You know, of course, with your supercar. You know, and how I'm just saying. You're not just, that's just me. You know, you're making very loud sound in the neighborhood. Everybody hates you. How do you just cope with that? You know, I just don't. But that's just me. You know, maybe it's just something that triggers in my brain. I don't know. It's just the cars are something else. You know, I see it more as like it's a utility. It's a utility. You know, and I use my car to whatever extent that is necessary, you know, just for logical reasoning. But like 9 times out of 10, accidents that be happening around here in downtown Las Vegas is a sports car related accident. You just see like a Camaro parked right, or a Camaro or a Mustang just parked in the outskirts of a highway because some jerk off was going way past the speed limit on the first highway lane. But that's just me, you know, that's just what I noticed living here for quite some time. You know, I'm like, man, you know, where are you going to drive that? You know, that's why it's like, I feel like there's a business when it comes to renting these type of vehicles, which is something that's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. But like, if you're going to go into a neighborhood with your loud ass, like carbon emissions firing vehicle, whatever, why? You know? But that's just me. That's what really twists my nips. You know, that's just I can't. It's like it's something that scares the shit out of me. I ain't gonna lie. You know, any loud noise out of the ordinary is like, oh, you know, never expected. But that's the spiel. You know, I look like a jerk off that drives a Dodge Challenger, but not really. I drive a nice little Chevy Cruze that's pretty good on gas mileage. You know, I recently got an oil change and got 6 different pop-ups coming up. Like it's the latest Windows 11. You know, the point is, cars are cool. They're amazing. You know, there's got to be a way where we could just perfect the perfect car. You know, with the mathematics and the logicism and overall engineering aspect just combined together to create a perfect vehicle that fits both aerodynamics. You know, that's why I always say to myself, a collaboration is the destination, y'all. You know, you collaborate with other young, you know, like peers. You know, you understand, you know, the idea behind that idealism. You know, and that's why it's something that I've always wondered why a lot of car companies don't come together and just create that perfect vehicle. You know. I have such an appreciation factor when it comes to like certain like companies such as Toyotas, you know, Nissans, Hondas, because they are built for quality and to last. Subarus specifically, you know, high quality parts are being integrated in these cars. It's amazing. And the thing is, cars are just going to get better and better, but year by year, month by month, and it's such a beautiful transition that we're seeing as of right now. I can't really say much about the car world. All I know is I watch Supercar Blondie on Facebook, and I've been seeing amazing advancements within the motor vehicle department. I think it's really cool. But shit, I've always just best way to summarize it is don't be a douche. If you're in the neighborhood, put a muzzle in your car or something. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. There's gotta be some kind of thing that you could put in your car and whatever. I don't know. I don't want to get really deep in that. I'm just saying it's like something a lot of people struggle with, just, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe there's other people around like that are just trying to live their lives and hate hearing loud noise, Thing is, it's just a, what is it called? Like a pet peeve, right? It's more of like a pet peeve. I like to summarize it as a pet peeve, And typically it's just like, it's annoying, basically. And I feel like, yes, it probably makes you feel like you have a huge dick when you're driving your super powerful speed machine. But I probably understand. I probably can't relate. I never really had a super fast car. The only fast car I really enjoyed was a Tesla, and that shit took me 45 to 100 really quick, and I enjoyed the shit out of that. I really felt my soul coming out of my body. And no that loud noise with that was fucking tits, I wasn't a nuisance around the neighborhood while going bajillion miles an hour. And that's what I loved about electric cars, Loved, because we don't have the best lithium technology to really create a really good environmentally friendly EV, Just we're still looking in the whole idealism of creating that new lithium battery technology. But that's a whole different story for a different subject. The thing is, it's just like the PV market, it's only going to get better because the science is the backing behind everybody when it comes to the acceleration to a better world, when it comes to just electrifying practically anything. It's a great way for really just find means to, I don't want to say the best means, but find means to just really protect our planet. Really best way. The worst period I could add to that sentence was that, but it's a step somewhere. But shit, that's the world. Everybody's now on electric scooters now, on electric boards, all the loud cars are being phased out, let's be honest. What, the Dodge Challenger, what happened to that? The Dodge Challenger, the guy that created the Dodge Challenger was like, nah, I don't want to create any more gas versions of us. Let's create an electric one. So now they're releasing the new electric Dodge cars, no more of the gas ones. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool step forward in a direction, Because honestly, it's lithium batteries, heavy that makes the vehicle, obviously. It just makes your vehicle super fast because of the high voltage and current going to that motor that's being regulated by that computer. It's just quite fascinating, And there's there was I'm gonna pray for this guy. He's the one that drove. I forgot his name. I really wish I remembered his name before I was. What I'm about to say is he raced this 800 volt electric car around Vegas, and basically this electric car was so fast, and it was 800 volts. Holy shit, can you believe that? That's a lot of power for a electric car like that. And it wasn't even making that noise. The only thing you could hear is just the rubber scratching on the surface of the concrete, and you're like, wow, that's how far we came. This guy was doing spins. I know he died. I feel like an asshole not remembering his name, but my condolences. That's why I had to pray for him, But he's the guy that rode around Vegas. I think it was in the Grand Prix spiel they had going on in Vegas. Yeah, he was the guy that was riding around, and it was just such an amazing demonstration of the really fast PEV that they got, That is awesome. That was whoa, And that's just it's only going to get better. So your loud car in a couple of 30 to 40 years is going to get phased out. I'm sorry to tell you this, as technology and materials from the planet Earth slowly deteriorate, so is the quality of our parts. But that's a whole other discussion, I don't want to get into, So little by little, we're going to figure it out. We're going to create that car that's just going to take us to A to point B, not harming the environment. It's gonna happen. It's preliminary. It's already set in stone. We are humans. We're gonna create something so big that it's gonna revolutionize the way we get from point A to point B. And that's going to be battery-wise, probably lithium, uranium batteries, in a couple of years. Imagine that shit. So that's going to happen, So honestly, so much changes are going to be happening that I already see it. And I'm pretty sure you could see it. It pops up on your Facebook feed every so often. You're like, ooh, a new thing came out? Like a little portable washing machine? There's like new things coming out left and right because of us micronizing like motors and capacitors and diodes and motors, like anything really. And it's only going to elevate the way, we create our next gen technology. Like our phones might even look the same within 5 to 10 years, Same thing with cars. Like it's an amazing aspect, I will say. But that's my rant about cars, y'all. I'm sorry. But listen, it's gonna happen. Greener cars are just gonna be happening. The teamwork, the proper collaborative efforts, it's all gonna happen. Promise you. So I appreciate you guys giving me time to ramble on. That's what twists my nipple and not. Thank you so much for having me. Y'all stay blessed and have a great night.
And we'll be right back in 2 minutes, everybody. Again, we're doing this 3 hours. 3 hours every single Tuesday, and we're gonna start right away. We're gonna start right away here in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So nobody go far. 2 minutes. What do we do? Yeah, he's definitely. Hey, you want to go collect the boys, and I'll just talk to everybody for a second before we start. I'll just yeah. So, anyways, I guess I don't know. They're all out on the porch and everything. Yo, what's up, everybody? Yo, tell everybody we're ready to start whenever they're ready, man. So, anyways, you guys, yes, we're gonna be doing this every Tuesday for 3 hours. If I happen to disconnect on whatever platform I'm on, make sure to add DTLV Good Buddies. That's DTLV and then good and then buddies with a YZ at the end. YZ. It is a new YouTube. We haven't really done a whole lot with it. I know. I'll do better. But if for whatever reason I get cut short here, we'll still be on the YouTube. That I'm so sure. But sometimes these apps that we're on, I can't say names because I'm more than one of them. But if it does happen to get disconnected, which I'm trying not to, that's where it'll be at. And so I'll be doing these on all the platforms. Hopefully every Tuesday. We seem to have a good set of friends. So the next one is going to be about friendship, coworkers, and why? Well, we'll just say that we got an introduction. But yeah, so I'm pretty damn excited. In the meantime, I guess how's everybody been? Follow my YouTube. Yeah, like follow my YouTube, follow my Instagram, @TV, whatever. Or don't. Or most of you already do, so that's a thing. Most of you already do, so that's that's a thing. What can we talk about in later news? Yeah, we definitely need those. What can we talk about in later news? Oh, I know. Just on a random rant, since apparently that's what we're doing about cars. I feel like every time I take Tezzy out for a drive, I stalk you on all. Fuck yeah, you stalk me on all. Stalk me, baby, stalk me. I find that every single damn time I take Tezzy out, I always have to recharge her. I don't know if you guys have my Instagram added, but you should, @HatterTV. Damn, I feel like all I'm doing lately is like, guess what I'm doing again? Guess who needs energy? Tezzy's fucking thirsty. God damn, dude. That chick uses all my fucking energy every single... Here's the thing. You charge her up. You make you feel super good, right? She's like, yeah, bitch, I'm at 100%. I'm like, bet, let's go. And then you drive her off the lot, and she's already at 99%. Like, damn it, man. Damn it. Yo, I do ride her pretty aggressive, though. It literally is like, bro, you're aggressively driving. You could get way more energy out of her if you would just stop being so goddamn aggressive. Like, Jesus Christ, man. And then whenever it's like, bro, you're going uphill too hard, like, yeah, baby. I'm going uphill super hard. I'm going uphill super duper fucking hard. You know what I'm saying? Let her dominate you for a change? Hell no. I'm daddy in that relationship. I am goddamn daddy, and I dominate Tezzy. Tezzy doesn't dominate me. Alright, let's just keep this all clear. I dominate Tezzy. Tezzy doesn't dominate me. Yeah. So, I think they're about ready. We could tell one more story. We could tell a story about. Yeah, yes. We call him Scott on here, though. We don't call him that nickname on here. We call him Scott. Yes, we don't call him Baldy. Yeah, they're asking for Baldy. Yeah, they're like Baldy there. Oh my God. Holy. Okay, so Krista literally wants to just smash you so bad. There's like crushes, and Jesus Christ, man. Every single time, she's like, "Is Baldy there? Is Baldy?" It's so adorable. Oh my God. And then she talks about your muscles.
And I'm getting bigger.
And the muscles are getting bigger, ladies and gentlemen. The muscles are getting bigger. Oh, well, I mean, sometimes you're still a growing boy. It's a growing boy. Just showed my age. Jesus criminy. Are you kids ready? No, your mic is not on yet. No, but it's about to be in like 1 second. Are you ready for that mic to be on? Sure.
I'm ready.
Into your mics? Oh, yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh,
Scott.
Jesus. Yeah, those are on.
This is Baldy right here.
Those are on.
Also known as Scott Warner.
Jesus Christ, those are so
Yeah.
loud. I don't know.
Oh, is it?
Oh my, yo, we need bigger mufflers on that. Or can you turn
I
it
can
down?
turn it down here. Let me
Just
see.
yeah, you don't need it.
All right, testing. How's the
Wait.
mic volume right here? A lot better.
Way better. Yeah,
Way
make
better?
sure you do that
Okay,
with
that's
the other
about
one too.
halfway.
Yeah, half
Oh,
is
yeah,
good.
those
Yeah,
got
that was
turned
too
up a
much.
bit.
That was way too much.
Who was
I
that
couldn't even
Who was that
overcome
from the
that.
late night
I
starter
couldn't
show?
even overcome. I had to put you down so much. I couldn't.
Can I get a
fix that,
booster
yeah.
seat?
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen,
How's
children
that,
of all
right?
ages, as I was talking about, so this next section is the good buddies -1. We are able to cycle in one good buddy, guys. Like, just so you know, we can always get Vinny to do these whenever.
Oh.
So yeah, somebody can always cycle, but this is cool having the whole group here. So without further ado,
Yeah, it's
let's welcome.
Oh, that's really cool, dude.
Do we not look a lot better?
Oh, that's my background.
How's our production? Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
We
sorry.
got an iPhone 14 Pro recording us this time. We getting that 4K quality, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh,
You know, we care about y'all.
Oh.
You know we care about y'all.
the camera adds 14 pounds. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, I look good over here. I finally got my little section too.
Yeah, look, you got a nice little.
nice.
You got a nice little
Nice.
shave right here too. Look at
Oh.
him. He's been to the
Right.
barber.
Yeah, the other camera made me look pretty, y'all. And the iPhone Pro 10, you can see all my pores.
With the
inside.
goggles for
Yeah.
the sandstorm, let's go.
Wait, Darude.
All right. Well, without further ado,
It's basically
everybody,
a sandstorm outside.
let's
Oh no, there's a huge sandstorm outside.
take us off, man. What are we talking about today?
Well, today, yeah, we're talking about friendship. We're talking about acquaintances and coworkers, how to deal with them, how to build friendships, maybe how to where to draw the line. What do you tell your coworkers, what don't you, because they could use that information to stab you in the back. Like, do you go out with your coworkers? Do you go extracurricular activities with them? Do you do stuff like that? I mean, I don't always do that. I could be really cold at work, but I could also be a great friend though too. But I also keep it in a parameter of work, just because I know in the back of my mind what I'm doing is too valuable to lose, and I've worked so hard. It's like one little thing could throw away your whole career, and whether you meant to or not or whatever. Now, if you're just a bad person, okay, fine, you got caught doing something stupid. Like, that's why I don't like, for example, I don't have relationships with coworkers, female coworkers. I don't do that. And friendships, I'm very, very, very careful. I'm trying to think of a friendship I've had, like, at least in my adult life. And when I say adult, I mean like, 21 plus. So that's some stuff to think about, it's like, because in some jobs it's like, you might not. Well, actually, more so like the area you're in. Like, you might want to be friends with coworkers because there's not a lot of people out there that can relate to what you do. So that's something interesting we could kind of touch bases on. And that's kind of where I want to go with this. Is like, like what makes a good friend. Are you always like tallying, keeping points? Some people do that. But I feel like how I make friends. I usually I might do something for them. I might, I'll buy you lunch. Oh, here's a beer. Here's something like a little gift maybe, or we might have something related we could talk about. Like, say for example, I met this guy at the gym. It's like, oh, well, you're doing this workout. I'm doing this. Let me spot you. Oh, okay, cool. And then it's like, oh, wow, you already. And then like, he's like, wow, how long you been working out for? You're already doing that much weight, blah, blah, blah. Like hyping me up. I'm like, oh yeah, well, what about you doing this? You know, so it's like guys are easy to make friends with. You know what I mean? It's like you can talk about anything. Or it's something that's like something you like to do.
I mean,
so that's kind of like where I want to go with this. But
some of my best friends in my life I've met through work, right? If you think about it, if you have a 9 to 5 or if you work 40 hours a week, that's 33% of your life, right? So I mean, if you're not friends with your coworkers, then you're probably gonna have a bad time at your job. The way I see it, that's where I meet most of my friends. That's where I met Matt. That's where I met Vlad, right? And I met you through Matt and I met you through Vlad and Matt Hatter.
Do you feel like some of it is just like I don't? Okay, so talking about the workplace, you feel like sometimes there's well, in your case, you were the bartender, right? And so you trust your bartender.
I was gonna say the kind of job matters too.
Yeah, right. Like the kind of job, but the thing is that it's a power dynamic. I was thinking of the word for it. You're like in power. You're placed in charge. Like you are the gatekeeper. You're like we talking. You control the path, whether I'm allowed in, whether I'm allowed not, whether you can sit here, how many drinks you can have. Sometimes you got to respect the boundaries where you're like, bro, you can't talk to that person. You're too drunk, or this and that. But then so you were put in a position of power. But then we understood the relationship and the dynamic between all of us. And I felt like it helped because, well, in a weird way, even though you're younger than me, you kind of got to play that daddy mentor role.
Right, and that bartending gig was my first bartending gig, right? So I'm talking not only by bartending, but like my previous jobs in the past as well. So yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to making friends, I think the your career, your job path that you choose is going to be hugely important in that, right? Because one, you want to choose something that you want to do, that you enjoy doing, and then you want to enjoy the people that you're around as well. You want to have similar interests. If you want to have some commonalities, you want to at least get along, and so that just
so
breeds.
much.
It just breeds like, wait.
That's an ideal job for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess now that I think about it, I work with like 90% women. And it's like, I'm just, that just throws a wrench there. But like, I am very friendly to people. Like, that, like one time when I quit, like this girl was crying over me. She's like, oh, I want you to stay, but I was like, hey, I got to move on, you know what I mean? With my life or whatever. But it's like, I've had good relationships, but like sometimes, I still like, I'm not gonna like invite him out. Well, plus it's like I just don't want to deal with it because it's a woman. To be honest, like if it's like, hey, whether it's dating or anything like that, it's like it's hard to be. How do I be friends? Maybe I just don't know how to do it. Being friends with a girl coworker, and it's like I don't know. It's just weird. It could become all bad. That's I've just seen too many stories. Not that it's bad with me, but I've seen so many like sexual harassment, all that kind of stuff. And like maybe one day I do one thing, like forget it. So I'm just not even gonna risk it. But I also don't get the chance of having a good friend too, right?
Right, and so that's when there's a line, right? There's friendship, right? And so you don't want to cross that line from friendship to a physical.
Well, at what
point?
Do you keep it professional?
Because that changes the game, and you definitely don't want to shit where you eat. That's like the number one rule, right? And I think I've done it at least, and I've learned from that, and I'll never fucking do it again. That's not true.
And it's not and like
well, I mean,
I married my wife trained me. What am I talking about? Like
you're already you kind of do that right now. Like you're shacking up with your former boss. So guys don't. You guys might not know, but Will's wife trained him. Yeah, back to that whole power dynamic.
I like the fact that you're coming with that totally like opposite, kind of like like a totally different perspective.
It's went really bad for me, like in Las Vegas, right? It went really bad. And it's went amazingly well, right? Really bad was when I was working at the Oasis at Gold Spike, right? Dated a coworker, and madness ensued. And then
Shocking, right? Shocking.
Yeah, it was terrible. Like, I'm trying to console her at work when she's like getting there late, and she's having like nervous breakdowns. And I'm just like,
that's what I'm just like.
And she's relieving me, or I'm like relieving her. It was like absolutely terrible. Would not recommend it. And then this my last job as a bartender where I met you guys. Yeah, my now wife, she trained me, same position. And
that's what you mean by trained. Yeah,
she trained me
for the position.
Yeah, and yeah, that was like I went against everything that I said I wouldn't do again. Never cross that line. And
at what point do you just trust your instincts, though, right? Because I feel like both of you guys, I know Vlad's like, I work for myself. I have no coworkers. Fuck that shit. Vlad's like, I don't know how to talk about the co-working stuff. Let me know what we're going to talk about.
With Vlad, it's more about like, Vlad, you cross the line with a customer now, right? It's like, hey, she's,
I can give you an extra 20%.
Okay, well, but with that though, how do you avoid discussing like gossip in the workplace? Or at what point do you decide that gossip is actually bringing you closer together, and then you feel comfortable enough to go outside of the workplace and extend it to, say, the bar? Elsewhere. What?
That's oddly specific.
But it makes sense because, like, he's saying
it tied into the conversation.
33% of your time is at work. It's like, what a great time to know somebody.
Right.
You're going to see how they interact with people. Now, I've worked with a girlfriend. I was living with her.
Right.
Or she was living with me. Whatever.
Thank you, Lisa.
I had my own place first, then she came in. But whatever. Like, but I got her the job where I was working at. And, like, it was actually really cool. Like, it actually worked. And nothing went wrong. Literally. She was that good of a girl.
Right.
And she's an East Coast girl. So I like East Coast girls. At least in that scenario.
He's just sneaking that in, by the way, everybody. East Coast girls.
I love y'all East Coast girls.
Great stuff. East
West
Coast
girls are wild too. I like y'all too. But anyway, like, I just remember she was a great girl though, whatever. But that didn't work out. Just long story short, just because she ended up going to college somewhere else. I'm like, I'm not gonna hold you back. Like, you gotta,
Right.
We're like a young couple. You know what I mean? But it's like, so I know it can work. And I've worked with like actually 2 doctors that their wife worked with them also. And for the most part, it worked out pretty good. They probably have some, internal stuff that they're able to keep like kind of on the down low or whatever. But I feel like, it definitely can work. So I have seen that I could believe it could work. But I'm more like so reserved. Like, hey, I don't even want to go out with. Like, I don't want to cross the acquaintance to / friend part. You know what I mean? I'll be friendly and like we could be cool and talk about other stuff.
But that's what I was saying. Now, sometimes having the gossip sometimes where then like say you and me all of a sudden decide to hate Martha, right? Or say, okay, better yet, just keep it on a better like work for you, like on a. So you and Becky meet, and you and Becky are having a great time, and you and Becky start hating on Martha, and then Martha starts plotting against you guys. You guys start plotting against Martha, and then you become friends, and before you know it, you're calling and texting outside of work, gossiping about this stupid bitch who just pisses you off, and then before you know it, you're having coffee.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be involved in all that gossip. I could just tell you right now that ain't for me. Like, no, I'm good on all that.
So where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
So I think why I get along with a lot of people is because I defend the person that's not in the room. I'm not talking shit about the person who's not in the room. Like, I like it's not fair. Like, they're not there to defend themselves. They're not here to defend themselves. I would want someone to defend me if I'm not in the room. Someone's talking trash about me, right? Because it's like a lot of things are taken out of context, whatever. Like, or it's like there's personal issues between people that I have nothing to do with, right? I'm never gonna let someone else's opinion of someone else affect my view of that person ever, right? Yeah. Because that's not my experience.
That's a conscious effort.
Yeah. And so, like, because imagine someone saying, imagine someone having a bad experience with me for whatever reason that it is, right? And they go around telling everyone that I'm a fucking asshole. Like, well, am I an asshole? I might be, right? But like, you're not gonna know that until you actually deal with me.
Yeah. But if someone had told me that before, I'm still gonna keep it in the back of my head because now I can't unhear it.
Right.
Like, oh, well, he did this. But I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm like, let's say I've known you already. I'm like, well, I didn't know. Like, I don't see that.
Ooh, okay, so but like, now
I try to. To not.
That's the problem, though, you guys. That's the problem, though, gentlemen. That's the problem. Then you get friends from, say, elementary school that then you're 30 years old making excuses for them because you see them differently where you're like, Oh, well, that's just how Scott is. No, that's Scott's a good guy. Scott didn't mean to upset. Scott didn't mean to do this. Scott didn't. No. And then you're making an excuse because all that person has done is been reliable, comfortable, been there for you. But at the end of the day, like we were talking about with Will's ex, sometimes they're a really bad influence and a piece of shit. But you defend them. You take heart to them because, oh, I've got this long-term relationship. We've got history. Isn't that sometimes
you got the nostalgia.
Distracting as shit?
You got that young nostalgia of all the good times you had as kids.
That's,
or whatever.
yeah.
And it's dragged on. It's like, and maybe they became a bad person or a worse person, or they didn't grow or whatever, or they're keeping the same tendencies because they never had to change.
Right, and it's like friendship, right? So like what defines friendship? What is a friend? Like to me, it's like it's someone that I'm comfortable with expressing myself emotionally. I am sharing information with them. Someone who I trust, who I can reach out to if I ever need anything, And right, what's a friend for you?
Ooh, because I was writing this down. I was writing this down while he was talking. Because that one hit the deepest, and I didn't really know where to take the conversation. But as he was giving his intro, so 4 big things. I was writing them down. Okay, first, you got to be able to keep your word. Mistakes fucking happen, man. Like, just because things don't go your way or whatever. But you have to know at the end of the day that they're keeping their word. It's 100% honest. And that goes to number 2. They're honest. Keep your word and be honest. That's fucking huge. But the next one, and because sometimes I do go out and I do party too hard, but then some days I don't want to party that hard. And the biggest thing is respecting the boundaries. If I say I'm going to play this way today, respect my boundaries. Don't try and push this shit down my throat. The same way if you say, hey, I'm not going to, then all right, respect the boundaries of whatever that play is, or with girlfriends, or going out and partying, or rules of engagement with however we're going to interact with girls. And the last biggest one for me was they're fucking reliable. Because I can't tell you how many people I've been there for, and finding a good buddy who's consistently reliable when no one else is there for you. They just fucking show up. Not because they have to, but because somewhere deep down they actually want to. In a weird way, they actually want to. They don't have to. They don't look at it as a struggle. They're actually like, yo, bro, that's fucking hilarious. It sucks that your life sucks today, but yo, my whip is good. I'll see you in 20 minutes. Like, that's, fuck, man, that's so huge.
Yeah, with someone who's there for you, like with no gain, right? Like I'm not trying to profit off of our experience, right? Like either financially, sexually, right? That's
all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no expectations necessarily. Yeah.
Well, it's just in the nicest way. And I've been saying it, so it's nothing new to you guys, but it's convenient. You all are insanely convenient to hang out with. It goes back to the nobody judges. Y'all let me do whatever I want. I let you do what you want. When we all have a moment, we can hang out. Let's go hang out. And if I don't see you guys for a month, I mean, previous to this podcast, sometimes that would happen. I never worried about you, never concerned. I just knew you were doing your best. I was doing my best, and we catch up when we catch up. It's not, it's not that like you don't want to hang out all the time. It's just like, well, shit, man. Will's being a full-on principal, teacher, running lectures, running this, running that. Got a goddamn wife. Home skillet in the middle here. Jesus Christ. Homie thinks he's going to make his own warehouse to be the next Elon Musk. And then this nerd over here. Do you look at those? Look at Jesus Christ. Oh, there's a big muscle. Oh, more up here. Sorry. This is fun looking like this. Look at those muscles. And this man takes care of people, opens them up, cuts them, veins them. Jesus Christ, man. And so sometimes, and he runs his own hockey program. It's crazy. But so sometimes when everyone's doing their own life, you don't have time for the pitter patter. You gotta get at it when you can, though.
Yeah, and I come to the friends, like I like friends that they have their own thing going on. You know what I mean? And it's like we're all from different
I don't want to see you every day. Yeah, I love you guys. But, I don't want to see you every day.
There's a point where if you start seeing me 7 days a week, 24/7, like you're just like, dude, maybe we'll get sick of me or not. But the fact is, it's like you've been here for a minute, and it's like
Yep.
Well, there's gonna be a point where you gotta clean your underwear. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do some laundry. You gotta
Oh.
like, take care of business. You know what I'm saying? If
Do
you're
I
out there
though?
doing nothing.
I'm so sheltered. I'll admit
You're
this
so
right now.
sheltered.
I didn't have to do my own laundry till I was finally single in Vegas. My mother or
Oh
my girlfriend.
gosh.
Okay, I kid you not. Terrible. I
So you
didn't
moved
do
to
my own
Vegas,
laundry.
wow.
I didn't do my own laundry until I was 30 years old and finally single and in Vegas. I kid you not. No, my girlfriend's always did my laundry. No, my mom always did my laundry. Yeah, I'm spoiled. Whatever. Fuck off. See, Mom, this is why I still have problems in life. See, to this day, Mom, my
I
friends
know,
still
you can
fucking
blame
make
her,
fun
yeah,
of me.
which-
This is why
You
there's a
couldn't
stain on
cut
your
that
shirt right
umbilical
now.
cord soon
Yeah,
enough.
exactly.
God damn it, woman.
No, but like,
Fuck, man. I love you.
well, it's like my girlfriends. I never like thought, oh, they have to like clean my shit. I always did it myself because I was always independent. But in my mind, I was like, well, I want to make so much money one day. Maybe I will have a maid and give her a good like. In other words, I don't need a woman to do like those things for. I want a woman that I could be having fun with and doing stuff with and like other activities like that. But I'm just saying, like, if we all hang out like 24 hours a day, like eventually you got like there's something you got to do to maintain your lifestyle, right? Whether it's work. I mean, working is the easiest answer. You got to go make some money.
Right,
You know
and
what I mean?
a
It's like-
good friend is gonna contribute to the things that you're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to a bad friend who is gonna like distract you from those things. They're gonna
That goes back to
bring
they're
up
reliable.
emotionally,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, we've talked.
They
about
respect.
different-
They're
Yeah.
reliable and they respect your boundaries.
What's like a bad friend then? We should
Right.
go into that. You know, what would be a bad friend? You know?
Well, okay.
So-
So do you think it's more on who inspires you or who challenges you? Or is that why we're all friends? Because we have the same interests and values,
I don't.
and there's you inspire me and you challenge me. Like right now, Will was talking about earlier. I'll throw you under the bus. Will's like, bro, I'm camera shy. Yeah, well, here we are, fucking in front of the camera right now, you know. And so that's the open-minded. We got the same interests, and now you're willing to like, okay, here we are.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, so like, there's a.
and maybe they never really were a friend.
Fitting.
That's possible too.
But I don't-
Well, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
I
Yeah.
don't think necessarily like you have to like I said, you don't have to gain something, right? It doesn't have to be inspirational. It doesn't have to be challenging. Like we can just connect on one thing that we like, and we can do that together, and that can be our friendship, right? So like,
Right.
if so,
Okay, but that's buddies. So what's the difference from buddies and good buddies?
well, no. So now that again, we have to define what these words mean, right?
Right.
So like, look up the Webster's fucking.
Oh,
No,
God, here we go.
Actually, you should.
Here we go.
Because
You should
yeah.
actually, but
Thank
like
you.
real quick, like about the good, like it's like I got so many hockey people that I know
Right, and
that
that's
we're
just the
all
one
friends.
thing that you connect with.
It's like
right?
yeah, but not all of them we do other, we just do hockey.
Right,
and
that's
we have
all
a
you
great time.
do.
We might talk about other stuff like, oh,
Right.
that's cool, but like we're not going out and hanging out because then it's just like
Well,
just two other people.
Is that just an acquaintance or a teammate now? Right? What
Right,
separates
because I would
it?
still call him a friend though. See, that's the thing.
Right.
But it's how I'm defining friend in my mind. too.
Exactly,
And I think we
right?
should look up the definition. What's the most
Okay,
proper-
so a buddy-
Good logic,
a
right?
buddy-
What's the proper friend?
Okay, a buddy is a verb to become friendly, usually used with up or with. Buddy as an adjective featuring a friendship or partnership between the two main usually characters.
So what's friends?
So that tells you nothing, basically.
So yeah, right.
Right.
So define
Am I with you?
Right.
define friend.
Okay, a friend.
Basically friendship.
Okay, a friend.
Buddy's
A
basically
friend.
friendship.
Okay,
It's the
a
same word.
friend.
Okay, right.
A friend by definition, one attached to another by affection or esteem.
Okay,
Um,
so if
an
I
acquaintance.
boop you in the belly, I better not get yelled at or thrown at. So I'm just saying,
So you-
like, if I just boop you in the belly, as a friend, I get to have that privilege.
I dare
And
you
then
to
I
poke
get-
him in the belly.
No, I get to because it's like
That's
you know,
part
I'm
of
not a weirdo. You know, I'm just like.
Okay, yeah,
you
sure.
know,
Then
right
poke.
away.
Okay, sure. Both of these males are bigger than you. I dare you. Poke one of these big guys in the belly, bud. Poke one of these big guys in the belly if you're so confident with that. See if they'll throw you or not. Oh, Scott's ready. Yo, Scott's like, bro, I'm about to throw you, bud. Yo, Scott's already flinching. Oh, look at these guys. Yeah. Okay, poke him in the belly then, funny man. Come on, I'm waiting. Come on, funny man.
This is
Poke
like
him
where
in
the
belly.
challenge comes. Like, oh yeah, who's
Well,
gonna?
I can't.
Damn right, like,
if I had like a space to run away, yeah, I would be able to. do it.
That's
But
what I'm saying. You got nowhere to run.
Yeah.
You're literally trapped in the middle.
Exactly.
You are that little kid in the middle of the seat. Yo, if this was a car, you would be the guy in the middle seat. You don't get the window seat, bud. You're too tiny.
Yeah.
You sit in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, jokes like that. I feel like That's a big thing.
Yeah, it's like you could say certain kind of jokes that you may not normally have said. You could kind of be more yourself, a little more playful in a different kind of way. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, that, yeah.
But then, like, it comes down, like, if someone says, hey, don't do that, it's a boundary, you know, then you have to respect it, of course, right?
But it's hard. It's like you'd tell them like, "Yo, don't touch my alfalfa." I get really upset, and I'm like, "Dude, it's like right there, and fix it then." You know, it's like. But that's just me.
You're right. That's you not respecting that
Exactly,
person's
I can't
boundaries.
respect
That's exactly. You're like, I can't help
it's
myself.
Like, it's a. I don't know what you call it. It's like a thing. I have to like play with it like a cat. Like I can't help it.
Are you talking about the back of my hair, you
no,
asshole?
No. I'm not.
No, but right. So
That's
like,
exactly what he does, by the way.
Friendship can just be like it's many things, right? There's a spectrum, right? It can just be like it's just like enjoying one another's company with like no expectations and just like doing or participating or experiencing one another's presence regardless of what's happening, right? It can be from hockey to video games to podcasting, and then sometimes just actually just like having like almost like just like having
a beer
because you work together. I sit next to you 40 hours a week and I'm gonna try to find a common interest. Like, you know, like we're like coworker friends now. Maybe we don't hang out outside the work, right? But I'm pleasant enough with you and you're pleasant enough with me to make my job fucking easier.
Well, it's usually in your benefit to befriend a coworker, you know. Definitely. Like, I definitely mentor coworkers and help them out and teach them new things. And like, and ultimately it's gonna make my life easier too, actually. You know, but it's gonna make them easier too. It's going to make what they're doing easier. They're going to be less stressed out because I'm going to show them some technique on how to do something or whatever, you know, that nobody taught them before. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm the first time learning it. Why am I? It's like, let me just teach you how to do it right. You know what I mean? I'm going to teach you why. So I'm also like an educator. I love to teach too, though.
Right.
You know, so that's.
You want to chime in there, Vlad?
There's certain classifications of coworkers. You know, you could be the class clown, but like not really affecting the work environment in any way. Just like in a PC etiquette way, like you know, go like a joke.
There's
way.
a finesse to it.
You have to like really think about before you could do like that type of like
read the room,
pretty much. You know, you could say like certain jokes that you might have seen on Facebook, like a meme, and you'd be like, hey, remember that meme? I'll have a little laugh. You know, there's like you could be the class clown, you could be the guy that the boss's pet, you know, where they're like always snitching on you. You know, there's certain classifications of what kind of a coworker you are in that work environment and what kind of friend you could be outside the work environment. It really says a lot about you.
Now, I feel like that could be a tough one because sometimes there's the work you and then there's the real me.
Oh, yeah.
And so then you get the wrong impression because that goes back to there's the professional me, but I'm going to be honest, that's the fake me. And so did you just get attracted to the fake me? Like you didn't really get to me.
I'd say.
Like, well, there's the okay. So what I mean by that. So what I mean by that so for me so I used to run hockey rinks. And so as the head guy running a hockey rink, you can't talk about beer stuff or that awesome frat party you went to or that chick you hooked up with. But when you're at the bar and you can say whatever the hell you want, tell me that's not more the real me. Like maybe that's the obnoxious, shitty side of me, but at least you got to be like, all right, well, I met him at his worst and still not terrible.
So there is a work version of everyone, and so like if you're a coworker, if you reveal your like real like your outside work person to your coworker, that's how you know you're friends. That's when they're like you're not like there's like no filter. It's just like complete genuine.
You just relax.
Like this is who like
I would say I give a moment to that. I 100% give a moment to that. But I feel like in the workplace I don't draw out a joke. And I kind of bring that to my personal life. That's actually kind of both. I don't draw out a joke. I'll say something funny, but I'm like I'm just joking, or I'm gonna break it right away so there's no like question about it. Especially if it comes like if we're doing something serious, but you're trying to make light of it to make it. Because sometimes when something is too serious, you want people to be comfortable, especially with patients. So it is a fine line. But if you can hit that line right, that patient will be relaxed, will be comfortable, and you're gonna be able to explain things better. So it really is an art. Honestly,
it's an art.
Like how
and,
you're saying it's a finesse.
and
It's
your
an art.
and,
It really is.
And like
Thanks,
your
man.
industry is like way like you're dealing with people who are.
Well, I'm
like,
like, we're about to cut you right now.
you're like,
Yeah, well,
yeah,
I
it's, like,
mean,
serious, like,
you're about to
science.
life
Like,
and death them
like,
right there.
like-
Literally, if you're
You
bad.
have a jacket
Yeah.
that says
Like I'm like a
Sound
video
like-
editor, emergency action planner. I'm working for Tesla. Like I'm having like in
Yeah.
cubicles, sort of like no one's lives are really dependent
Yeah.
on.
So I really pretty much say like G-rated jokes. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I think they're funny, and I get
Workplace
a
jokes
lot
should
of
be
laughs
G-rated,
too.
yeah.
You know. But
Well, is that one of those you've got to more or less practice it?
well, you just
Where like
throw
you
it out
kind
there
of get
and see
to
what
practice
happens.
your skit? Like it's a long fucking time. I imagine you probably have one joke that's been going on over 10 years.
I mean, I don't know if I keep it that long. I create new ones pretty often.
Dude,
but,
I've been working on my routine forever, right?
But I might-
And
Well, I might use like the old joke to like a new person. That's so I might
Yeah.
do. Well, it depends. Yeah. So
Yeah. You're still using the same shit for 10 years
Hold
ago.
on. But then there's some jokes that I learned like when I first started like 14 years ago. But I don't like. I realized like those are actually
Okay,
bad jokes. Like,
but is
they're
that-
not good? So I dropped those off. But other people would use them. I'm like that. Those aren't good jokes.
It's not for you, right? It's not
Yeah,
for you.
no.
I
for
fucking
me.
tried to file my taxes this week, and I couldn't because some dude named Jack Daniels filed me as a dependent.
Nice.
Yeah. I guess like
Gotta love Jack Daniels, bud.
You know what?
Jack Daniels is out for your money, honey.
Look like the-
That's amazing, by the way. I'm
you look
sorry.
the
Like,
guy that was-
I know it's not funny, but
Lovely
it's
saw
funny.
you and you're like, oh no.
But it's
I
funny.
thought of an example of a bad joke. A bad joke is a joke about incompetence. Like I don't joke around by like, oh, I'm not good at something.
Okay.
Never joke about that. That's just me. You know, because I want them to know I'm at this high level all times.
Yo, that's
so it's
wild.
nothing to do with like what I'm actually doing necessarily. Now, sometimes a patient might joke like that. Oh, this is your first day on the job. Oh, ha, ha, ha. You know, like being funny. It's like, you know,
Oh, no.
you know what I'm saying?
Now-
But like
No.
sometimes a patient might throw a joke like that, and it's like, oh yeah, we just laugh about it. Like let them say their joke or whatever. But I like if I'm like training you, and like I don't want the patient to think like, oh, this is his first day like, doing anything. Because patients don't like that, but it actually might be your first day.
Right.
So I might coach you a little bit before we even go into the room. Like, look, I'm not gonna put like the ball in your court in any situation, right? But you just have to also be confident too. That and then like you don't need another judge to say, hey, I'm learning this is my first day. Like that's just a bad approach. You don't need to say that in most situations, especially with how I'm training this patient or this person.
So like what would a normal day of work like? What you're about to cut open a patient? What exactly do you do?
Well, first we start with.
Can you let
Well,
it,
it's
like,
a whole
little-
process of days, but like if I talk about like each day could be different. Like one
Right.
week bring in a new patient, and then like we're doing a diagnostics study on them. And that's a whole situation, me and the patient by myself. And then like if they need to do a treatment or surgery, then that's a whole nother day of process. You know what I mean? But patient, and then they're dealing with 3 people at one time: me, the doctor, and then
Right. So like
assistant.
so they're gonna
and then the front office.
they're in the process of getting surgery, right? Yeah. So
Right.
you don't want to joke about like I'm new at this. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right. But when you're in the service industry, that you have to tell people you're new.
Right.
Like,
See,
this
now
is
in
my
that-
first day. I don't know what
and
I'm doing.
Patients never want to hear that.
Yeah,
They
right.
want to know that, hey, I've done this 10,000 times and I
No.
have 14 years experience.
Right.
They
Thank
love
you,
hearing
guys.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then they'll, and oh, it's going to be easy. It's going to be a piece of cake. Let me explain everything for you. Do you have any questions? Like I'm there for them. I'll sit down on the floor and tell them everything or
Right.
whatever. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I literally have to sit on the floor if they're in a wheelchair and I can't do whatever. You know, like
Oh.
I'll go to whatever level I need to help this person.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like the service industry, so tell me about that. You would tell, oh yeah, it's my first day here because like.
So yeah, like if you're new to whenever you're a customer facing, right, and you have to like answer a lot of questions, you have to know a lot of, like policy and like people are entitled and they're coming from all over, like especially in Las
Okay.
Vegas, right? If you make a mistake, right, it's like most like in the hotel industry especially, like everything's fixable. Like there's nothing you can do that can't be fixed, right?
Right.
And so like if you make a mistake, that's fine, and it's like really it's people are more receptive to your mistakes if you tell them you're new. Like hey, like if you can't figure out the solution right away, like hey, I'm like really new.
If that's really the truth, just tell them.
Right.
Don't make it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like this is my first day. This is like
Oh,
on my
I see.
own. Like just give me a couple minutes to figure it out. I'm trying to do my best for you. Like that's like there's like there's a life is not on the line. You know, like
Yeah.
someone's well-being is on the line. Maybe like they have to wait a few minutes,
Yeah.
but it's
It's not life or death.
Well, the problem
Yeah,
with
spot
this,
on.
with medical is you should be prepped to a certain point to where technically, yeah, it's your first time doing it, but you've done on dummies, you've done on this, you've done
Right.
like we've already gone this whole spiel for months. Like
Right.
this is not like a surprise. Like you're like it's your first time, you're gonna do really good your first time.
right.
You know what I mean? So that is a difference too.
It's a huge
difference. Yeah. Because like if you're coming in this room with me as my assistant, like I'm like okay, I'm seeing where you. Well, usually I go. It depends. Like if I've got to observe you already, and I already know, okay, that's where you're at. But like then I could teach you stuff off the side, like here, how to use a needle, how to do this, or whatever. Like here, drop this much solution, do it exactly this way.
Right.
And then I teach them different protocols. I was like, if we're doing a surgery center protocol, you could do this way, and you got to do 15 seconds, like alcohol to clean off the top of like a lidocaine bottle, and like there's like a cap. And some doctors say, oh, if you flick off the cap, oh, it's already sterile. But I'm saying no, that's not sterile. So you got two doctors that say two different things. So I'm just like, let's just assume it's dirty anyway. Clean it anyway. I don't care if it's brand new. So open it.
That's
anyway.
just respect,
Clean
right?
it
Why
anyway.
be wrong?
And then some doctors say, oh, you got to do it for 50 times. But I'm like, okay,
Oh my
that's
God.
excessive because even the medical board that does the surgery centers, I think it's on ASC or whatever, but it's like 15 seconds.
Right.
And I'm like, well, really, if you do 2 seconds, you're probably gonna be fine. But do it at least like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, like because we're not like.
Right.
So it's like you have like that little stuff like too. You got to teach them. Anyway, but yeah, there's so many details.
Yeah, and I guess bosses are bad friends. That's what we're saying, right? Right now, bosses are bad friends.
No, I had bosses
Not
took me
all
to
the
Raiders
time.
game, bro. Took me to 2 Raiders games. Like, yeah, no, I've had bosses invite me to the house
No.
for steak and all. But you know,
I was
it
just trying
can
to
only
bring it
grow
back
so
to
far.
friendship.
Oh, yeah, bosses should be friends. They should be paying for your dinner though, as a boss. That's for sure.
It's 2023, man. Go Dutch, no matter what the situation is.
All right.
We're gonna do make it
Power
So,
move.
okay,
Power
so
move
we're-
right now. Pay
we're
for
not
your
at-
boss's dinner.
We're not at the closing part yet, but we are kind of close. And so I am curious from each of you if you would each go for it. I feel like the question I've been trying to come up with is, what do you think is the most essential thing to keep someone as like a friendship for you? Like, if you could dumb it down to say like a paragraph or just a 1 or 2 minute thing, like because I feel like okay. So what I mean by that is I gave you guys my 4. I felt like we got a little deep there. I gave you guys my 4. Those are the like okay. So where's my notes? Fuck. Hold on.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay, so
No,
mine
we got it,
was
yeah.
mine was making time for friends, be a good listener, stay in touch, and just try new things together, right? Like I always wanted to do the bike thing, but I blame Vladimir for me actually going out and doing the bike thing. So like, what is the most essential thing to like just maintain a friendship for you?
I would say communication, be well spoken. That's all I ask. Just be like, put 1 + 1 together and see if they would create a resolution or whatever. Just communication. Just that's all I ask. Communication, and if it's easier, just be well spoken about the entire scenario. Okay? That's all I ask. And that's how we'll be able to be best buds.
Best buds for life. Either you two want to take that one? I feel like Will's a little nervous for that one. Will's in deep thought. You want to go first, Scott? You want to go first, Scott? Will's this one's kind of deep.
I can't close tonight.
Well-
I can't close.
Yeah, well, we got.
It's a good
I mean,
one,
that's the
right?
thing, you're not closing. Now I'm closing. Well, I guess he just.
I'll do. I mean,
No,
I'll let any one of you guys close you want, but otherwise I already got the ending ready.
Okay,
But
yeah, that's fine.
but that's we're not there
Let me
yet.
just
We're
say
not
my
there.
little 4. I got
Yes.
my 4 bullet points too that I came up with that I like. Respect. Okay, that's number 1. Respect.
Huge.
And I think that starts with everything, because I bring that across all areas of life. Because if I meet a stranger and I don't respect him, there's 0 chance he's gonna be my friend. But if I respect him as a stranger, you know what I mean. So I judge people in a way how they treat strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I'm getting mad because this person's crossing the road too. So it's like, you don't know what they're going through. Like, you're trying to make a right turn and you're stopped or whatever. Like, you just don't, and like someone's walking across the road, I'll just wait. Like, there's no hurry or whatever. Like stuff like that. Like don't judge like a stranger. Like, or like you see someone drop something, help them pick it up or whatever. Like, I'm not saying go out of your way and give them money or whatever, but I'm just saying like respect strangers. I think that's a big.
It's like human decency,
that's a
right?
big thing. Yeah, I think that's a human decency. So like, it's hard for me to be someone's friend if they disrespect strangers, they disrespect property and that kind of
Okay,
stuff.
well,
I can't be friends with
And so
them.
I'll interrupt for 1 second and let you keep going. Sometimes I feel like, so I did disrespect a stranger. I feel like you probably already know exactly what I'm talking about. And you told me about it the next day, and you're like, buddy, the things you did drunk, man, not cool. I forget how you put it, but you put it in such a way where it's like, oh, fuck, can't do that anymore. And so that goes back to sometimes you can make a mistake, but you need a friend to remind you, like, bro, that's not how we act. Like, if you're going to hang out with me, that's not what we're doing.
Yeah, well, a bonus point is, nobody's perfect too, though. You got to know that. And then, like, are they going to repeat? Like, if it's a mistake,
Are you going to be a repeat offender or not?
Yeah,
because I can't do it anymore because now it's always on.
Yeah.
Your dumbass is always on my mind now. Every time that situation,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, that
And
already made that adventurous mistake.
because I'm first to tell you that I've made plenty of mistakes and, like, I've disrespected strangers. I've done all kinds of stuff. Let me try to fight you on the side of the road. I've done stupid stuff like that. But, like, it's about, like, okay, can I do better next time? Can I do better next time? Can I do better next time? You know what I mean? And then, like, the next thing I would say is, like, once you're getting into that friend category, it's like, okay, do you inspire me? Like, is there something you're doing? And not jealousy. It's like, oh, wow, you have a nice car. Like, I like that. Like, that's cool. What do you do? Like, oh, that's interesting. It's like, okay, you got, it's like, do they have their stuff together? Like, that, like, to me,
That's
seeing
nice. I
someone
like that.
successful is inspiring. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean they have to have, like, that stuff to be successful. They could have literally nothing, because there was times when I had friends that had nothing, but there was time when I had nothing.
But you can
so
still
it's
see
like,
the diamond in the
now
rough,
I'm
right?
36, so it's like, dude, you got to have, like, if you're my age, you got to have something. You got to be, I don't know, you got to be at a certain level now.
Yeah, you have
Like,
to. You have to be able to have your friends over
like,
to hang out, right?
Yeah, I can't be friends with, like, a high schooler or whatever. Like, it doesn't make no sense. You know what I
They
mean?
don't have anything to
Or
offer
someone
you.
that's 18, 19. Like, not that. Well, it's like, it just wouldn't work. It's just like they're busy doing, like, they don't even have a job yet, kind of thing, or they're still, like, doing that. Like, so I'd be more like a mentor to someone like that. You know what I mean? I'd be like,
Yeah, that'd be fair.
Like, I'm actually
But you
helping
can't be their
someone
friend,
who's
but you can be their
18 to get a
mentor, which there's a big difference.
job. You could be the friend and mentor, you said?
I don't think you can. No,
it's either
you can
or,
only be
kinda,
one or the
yeah.
other. Yeah.
You could be friendly, but,
Mhm.
like, you're more so mentor. Like,
Right.
Yeah. So I would say that, and I like the inspiring part of it. And then, like, this is like another, like, just like people I want to be around is, like, having integrity. And integrity is, like, doing the right thing when nobody's around.
Ooh, that's a big one.
You know,
Ooh, that's a good word.
Whether it's like for example, if you hired a guy to, like, clean your windshield in a Walmart parking lot, and you're expected to give money. Like, if you don't give money, that's, like, crappy. I'm not saying give a lot of money, but, like, at least give him $1. If you had him, like, clean your windshield, even if he did a bad job, because that happened to me.
Well, if you
The
tell
guy
him
did
to
a
do
bad
it,
job, like,
you
I'm
know
like,
what you're getting into. You know what you're getting into when you hire those
just,
bums.
but it comes, like, or I mean, that's not the greatest example, but integrity is, like, doing the right thing, And I guess sometimes you don't always see that. And then I guess, like, as the last fourth bullet point I put it is challenge. I do like that part of it, because you want to challenge your friends. Hey, man, you could do better. You could do. I'm always trying to motivate my friends. I want them to do better. And I also have to realize, like, sometimes they could be going, like, it's not always easy. It's easy for me to say certain stuff that I've already overcome. But if someone is still overcoming that, I have to remember, like, hey, sometimes it's actually hard. What I might see, oh, that's just an anthill. You know what I mean? But for them, it could be still a mountain. They haven't got past that point yet. So it's like, it's not fair to judge, because guess what happens when you climb over that mountain? Well, now that you got Mount Everest in front of you. And then once you get to Mount Everest,
And it's not fair anymore.
Like,
it's not fair anymore.
There's always a bigger mountain. Yeah. So it's like, also want to be fair, in that sense, but, still challenge them to do better and not judge them where they're at right now, but encourage them to go further.
Where you believe they can be.
Right. Help them reach their potential.
That was beautiful. Can we get a everybody? Oh,
Can I get a golf clap?
that was fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, that's a tall order, but
It is.
That's
Scott hit it right on the head. I think, I've in my experience, I've been a lot of people's best friends.
how did I?
And I've been a lot of people's worst friends. I think being a
What
good
the
friend
fuck?
is being understanding, not taking things personally, right? It's so easy to be upset with someone that you love and care about because they haven't reached out to you, or you don't feel wanted or needed. And I think, like, having, like, empathy and understanding, like, a lot of us, right, are going through life in similar ways, right? we're all trying to like make a living. We're all trying to find love, shelter, food, and like we all have these hardships. And I think I think understanding that like no one is perfect, and no one, and understanding that uh and recognizing that people aren't being like malicious toward you, right? I'll never I'll never fault one of my friends for not reaching out to me because I know how hard life can be, right? And I think being a good friend
That's a tough one.
is like when you haven't heard from someone in a long time, you reach out to them, see how they're doing, because they might need you. I think that's what a good friend is. I think a good friend is someone who is going to is gonna be there for you, is gonna understand you, is not gonna judge you within reason, right? Within the reason of toxicity. And I think if we all took our time and like just like send a message, a phone call, an email, a fucking written letter to the people in our lives, I think I think we'd all be in a better place. We'd all feel a little bit closer to one another. That's that's what I have to say on that.
Well put. Yeah, well put. I like that.
That was really good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Oh fuck! I guess it's my turn. I'll give the goodbye, everybody. Well,
What's coming up too? Yeah.
shit, man. Holy
You
titties.
closed it off pretty good there, man.
Well, I feel like we all closed it off
Yeah, I mean,
really good there. Well, so many don't know that. Well, I finally got the exact date, and so I'll bring it in because he was a good buddy. Well, at least for me and Scott. These other two knuckleheads didn't get to meet him.
Yes, I did.
Well, you did, but you didn't. But you did. So, anywho, I feel like good buddies come and go in all different shapes and sizes. And so, anyways, cheers to Mr. Brandon up there, who was a good buddy. And I guess we'll dedicate this to him and leave it at that without any other closer because
Yeah.
it just doesn't need it.
Yeah, cheers, brother. Love you, Brandon.
Cheers, bro.
So, that being said, we're going to take about 5 minutes here, and then we're going to do another one. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be about friendship, but this time it's going to be with our stoner community. So it's going to be basically the same topics, except for this time it's going to talk about team stoners and love and friendship. Well, anyways, we'll let Vinny introduce us all in a minute. So that being said, I'm going to do something that I think is going to be entertaining. I'm going to leave the couch on, but I'm going to mute us, and we're going to start in literally 5 minutes. So it's 9:32 right now. We're going to restart at 9:37, and I'm just going to let you guys literally look at the couch, but muted. And I would put sound on, but YouTube is a piece of shit and will censor me, so that's frustrating. So I can't put any like waiting music on. I apologize, but you can watch, behind the scenes. Hopefully you'll find that entertaining.
What the bleep did you just
We'll
say?
be right back. We'll be right back. Oh, look, they're all moving. Look, they're all moving so fast. Look at these guys, fucking clowns. Look at them move. Look at them all fucking move. I love you guys, by the way. I love you guys, by the way. Y'all are amazing. All right. I'm gonna mute you guys. Oh, I'm gonna switch cameras so you can really. I'll leave it like that. All right. Yeah. I'll see everybody in a minute. Thank you for hanging out, you guys. I do see everybody, and I am reading the comments. It's just so much to fucking keep up with, you guys. So much to keep up with. Holy titties! All right, 5 minutes. Here we go. Vinny, by the way, you're gonna do the intro in 5 minutes. No pressure. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back. This time around, we're going to be talking about love, friendship, well, so much more. But basically, this is our stoner section. So every week we're going to be doing 3 hours. Well, let me just go to my office. How about that? Where's my goddamn office? Hey, there I am in the middle of the air. Amazing. Welcome, everybody. So right now we're on multiple platforms. I can't really say hi as much as I'd like to. I also have a bunch of friends over. It's pretty amazing. The first hour, I feel like the first hour is going to be about getting in touch with our feels and really connecting with ourselves. The second hour, I have a nice collection of, well, all the good buddies and whatever the hell good buddies are going to talk about. And then this third hour is pretty much going to be whatever the good buddies kind of talked about, but in stoner form, in marijuana form, in the holy titties. Everybody's fully inebriated. They were all hitting the blizzies. Holy tizzies. So this is Stoner Friendship. And now we're going to let the one, the only Vinny introduce us and what we're doing today.
Hi, my name is Vinny. I'm Vin City Stoner on Instagram. This is Vlad, Vladdy Daddy Dankruski.
Vladdy Daddy.
Then we got our newbie to the team, James. She's on Instagram as _name_James_. Just underscore all the time. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about smoking buddies on DTLV Good Buddies. And so, you know, it's like sometimes it's okay to smoke alone, sometimes it's okay to smoke in a group. How do you choose when and where and who do you smoke with, Vlad?
Honestly, I always have to smoke with somebody. I can't be smoking by myself and be alone with my inner demons. That's just not, now I can't do that. You know, I have to have a Vinny, I have to have a Matt, I have to have somebody near me so I could, like, talk about how our government controls us and stuff.
Wait, whoa. Hold on. What the fuck, bud? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
No. What? Pay your taxes, yo. No, but yeah. So it's just like it's just like, you know, you have to have the Harold to your Kumar. You know, you gotta have your buddy that you could go to White Castle with.
Are you Harold? I'm scared to ask. Are you Harold or Kumar?
I am. Which one is the guy that's really smart with the computers?
You tell me, Harold.
Yeah, Harold.
That's Harold. That's me. Okay.
Are you Harold or Kumar, bud? I don't even understand. He said you. Everybody, welcome you guys. Welcome.
He's the workaholic,
Welcome in,
and
guys.
I'm the genius who just smokes my life away.
No,
But
no,
anyway-
wait, no,
Oh.
that's not what I mean. Oh, no, I forgot. I was just like, you know.
But it's okay. At least I'm not going to medical school like my dad wants me to.
Okay, question for all three of you. At what point do you find it comfortable to smoke or let somebody else know that you smoke? So what I mean by that is you just meet someone new, male, female, doesn't whatever. But at what point are you like, hey, by the way, do you want to get high?
Blow in their face.
How do you hide that or not hide that?
So, for me, it's a lot easier to let people know that I smoke in a state where smoking's legal.
Yeah.
I grew up in a repressed state that didn't allow smoking of marijuana, and so we had to hide it. And so in a state where you're not allowed to smoke, just kind of feel out the vibes.
Oh, bummer, dude.
See what style of clothing they're wearing. Judge a book by its cover. See if you can rip the page out, roll up some bud, and smoke it with them.
Wait, are you serious?
What?
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Who?
You.
Where?
Who?
Why?
Who?
What are we talking about? I forgot. I'm smoking too much. But anyways.
Jesus. we were talking about the state and how repressed you were, but
Oh, yeah.
we were
So,
talking about how they didn't let Who?
Yeah, so
Anyone else hear an owl?
They wouldn't let you smoke, so you had to sneak around. You had to either smoke inside, smoke in the garage, smoke in your parents' basement, and blow through a hoodie and make sure that the smell didn't get upstairs. Otherwise, you get your ass paddled.
Does that make you want to smoke more or less?
You end up smoking more when you're trying to hide it.
It's the adventure.
When it's out in the open, like you know, you're not trying to make the most of each session.
It's always
Yes.
like a cartoon.
Wait, what does that mean? It's always a cartoon.
Like it's like you get that thrill where you're smoking at a spot where you're not supposed to be at, and you're like, yo, if we're gonna get chased by security, it's gonna be like another cartoon scenario, you know, Vinny?
You mean like when you climb up onto the rooftop of a downtown building and you're staring down and watching the cops drive by as you're smoking a joint,
Yeah.
and you feel safe because pigs can't look up?
And they can't fly.
Wait, what? Wait.
A pig physically can't look up. Like an actual pig.
They can't fly.
So it's a joke that you say about cops.
It's not.
Jesus. And to all my cop friends out there, I'm so sorry. Any of the cops listening, I apologize.
Hey, there's some cool cops out there too. There's this one cop who would just grab the weed and throw it in the trash can and say,
They're clearly
if you come
stoned.
back
We
and
only
grab
got
it.
one answer from one. Okay, hold on. Okay, Vinny, amazing. By the way, amazing answer, good sir. What about you other two? At what point do you meet someone and you're like, yo, let's smoke. Let's go smoke a doobie. When do you decide finally to be like, yeah, I'm a stoner. I want to get high with you. How do you decide that?
It's kind of difficult. Like, I don't know. I moved to California recently, and I had coworkers who I thought were stoners, but I didn't know it necessarily.
Wait. So you asked your coworkers.
I didn't ask them. I just kind of assumed. So I went to like the Christmas party that they threw, and I brought like.
Oh, you were ready. Okay, so you went to the
Yeah.
Christmas party and you were ready to play.
I brought like 8 or 9 joints to the party, and I was like, "Hey,
Oh,
who wants
shit.
to smoke?" And like randomly, everybody just came out. And was like, "Yeah, I want to hit the joint." So, but I didn't know. Like half of them, I didn't even know they smoked.
Yo, so you got all the coworkers and you just like, fuck it. I think they do, but I don't know.
Yeah, and I lit it in the building too, just to make sure everyone knows I'm in the back smoking weed. It was definitely a
Oh, that's amazing.
That actually reminds me of a story.
Oh.
We wanted to do a story time.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
Yeah, been a long
wow.
time.
We're asking. I think he's asking
I'm
for the
asking.
legendary.
Do it.
Story time. That was great.
So, a while back,
Wow.
a relative of mine was getting married in a very, let's say, Republican state. I mean, the city kind of.
Okay, Texas, we're throwing you under the bus.
Hey, I was gonna say,
Hey.
Schmoshton, Texas, but okay. And,
Texas. Yeah, fuck you, Texas.
So I had a couple of joints with me, and so this family member of mine, I go up to him, I'm like, hey, I know you're busy tonight, but
Oh, that's hot.
yeah, I mean, who isn't gonna get down on their wedding night? Fuck. But anyways,
Whoa!
so I went up to him, I'm like, I know you're busy tonight, but do you have any friends going out to the bars or anything? I don't want to go to your mom's house and just go to bed early. And so he goes up to his buddies and like, hey, any of you going out tonight? And so, yes, a group of like 5 of his buddies were going down to 6th Street. 6th Street is like 3 miles and nothing but bars and food. It's like a party in itself. And the Longhorns had just won a football game, so it was really a party. And so we're on our way from where the wedding was at to downtown. And we were going to go drinking. And I'm in the car, and I'm like, I just met these people, and I really don't want to, ruin my chances of going out. But I was like, hey,
is this one of those smash or pass?
no, well, I chose to bring it up. I'm like, hey, does anybody here smoke weed? They're like, yeah, we do, but we don't have any. I'm like, does anybody want to smoke weed? And
Oh.
they're like,
Slowly.
we said we don't have any. And so I pull out a joint. And I'm like, I said, does anybody want to smoke weed?
Want to.
And they're like, yeah! They were all excited about it. So, you know, we smoked the joint on the way to the bars. And then, I mean, I've never seen so many bars on one street in my entire life. As a kid from Wisconsin, I was in heaven. You know, this was Alcoholics Alleyway or something. It was a dream come true for anybody wanting to get drunk. And so, yeah, I took the chance. I said, hey, do you guys smoke? And it worked out. And then we went to the bars. And so it was me and 5 other guys. So it was 6 of us. And I was already about 8 or 9 beers deep, a couple shots. And
Jesus
Man.
Christ, bud.
I'm from Wisconsin.
Alright.
Calm down.
Wisconsin.
But anyways, yeah, so we're
Wisconsin.
we're at the bar, and my drunk, high ass self was like, there's 6 dudes. We got too many hot dogs and not enough buns.
I've seen some pornos start this way.
But
I'm sure you have.
but yeah.
Oh.
So they had already agreed to buy all of my drinks all night until I puked because they wanted to see if it was true that Wisconsinites could drink.
And take advantage of you. Okay, keep going.
Not quite. So I'm about 11 beers deep and 6 shots.
6 boys with no buns.
So I'm like, hold up, guys, give me a second. So I see a group of 8 girls. So I go over there, and I don't know how the fuck I did that. I was too drunk, too high to even remember what I said.
Did you present your penis?
But it ended up, no, I did not.
Should have.
Nope, I try and save that for the bedroom.
Mm.
But anyways, so I go over there, and I'm talking to them, like, hey, do you mind if I invite my friends over? So my high drunk ass, they say yes, and I just turn back, look at them, and I give them the wave. Come on. And so they come over, and then one of the guys says something creepy, and the girls leave.
That's usually how it works.
That's always how it works.
Yeah, you
say
gotta
something
choose.
Yo, you got one guy that says something bad. That's
So
Girls are out. What do you say?
So I just
one
wanted to
wrong
throw that
thing.
last
it's true.
one.
Yo, why would they say it?
Why
would they say it?
That's how I got 4 strangers to tell this one guy to buy the rest of my drinks regardless if I puke or not. Because I got 8 girls for the group and he lost them all. So
he bought drinks for all the boys, right?
getting high, getting drunk, it makes for good nights when you're meeting new friends and enjoying life.
Jesus
New
Christ.
friends.
New friends.
New friends.
My goodness. I remember one instance when this poor individual came to Las Vegas and he bought Delta 8 instead of the actual THC. And remember, we saved this
Yes.
poor man's
Oh,
life.
Delta 8, yeah.
We saved this poor man's life. He was like, man, this bootleg weed ain't getting us high. And I'm like, yo, Vinny with his amazing, super amazing Snoop Dogg rolling skills, rolled up a perfect J and sparked homie up with the most greatest weed known to mankind. And that's how we saved a life. And that was amazing. That was a noble act of Vinny. Remember that, Vinny?
So-
You can say it better than I can. I'm saying it in a cartoon.
So let's take this moment of your story to segue into smoking with strangers in the age of COVID.
Oh,
Mm.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
did you?
Meeting new people and deciding, is this person not sick?
What, COVID
Is this-
happened in 2020?
Yeah.
Right.
So we
Damn. Are we talking about 3 years ago?
Yeah, well, we've been dealing with, I mean, the government is
The
trying-
government?
No, the government.
The other men.
The other
Yo, we
man-
don't want to get in trouble. The other men. Oh, we don't want the FBI watching
It's
us.
trying to prolong
Uh-huh.
the agenda.
Okay.
So we're still, I guess you could say, in the age of COVID because it's still being.
Still
Well,
wear
if you're in
masks,
China,
You
it's
know,
definitely
depending on where you
something.
go.
Yeah, there's still places asking to wear masks. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I know a mask did help me hide the smoke.
Do you think they have microphones in your lamps?
Man.
Are they listening?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I would assume that
Thank you guys.
at least 3 of the top 5 governments are listening to this right now.
3 of the top 5 governments.
That's a lot.
What does that even
I feel
mean?
like that's a lot.
I don't know. I was just fucking around.
Do we just trust the government if COVID happens again? Like, would you go inside? Would you let everyone let you not work, go outside, be around anyone? Would you believe them again?
Isn't it weird
No,
how
you know what? The
every
first
few
COVID, I
years?
never
Isn't it weird how every few
Right?
years, when the's like an agenda that's
Not.
trying to be pushed, there's some sort of
But
deadly
whose
virus that's
agenda? Who are you getting this from?
Oh, here we
Whose
go.
fucking agenda? You
The
fucking
the conspiracy theory
theorist?
agenda.
Whose
It's a
fucking
conspiracy
agenda?
theorist.
Is that
Yeah.
okay? Wait. Is that just like the aliens? Where all the alien conspiracy theories are like there's aliens, and now that it's mainstream media, all the conspiracies like nah, there's not aliens. Like
No,
what the fuck, buddy? Are you trying to pull one of these
They trying to
360s
tell
on
you-
me?
No, there's most likely aliens. The reason why we don't see them too often is because we're so fucked up. They don't even want to deal with our asses.
Yo, we have Area 15 out here. We don't
On
need
some
that.
crazy shit is like I believe in conspiracy theories, but like I don't know if I believe all of them. So I don't know which ones to believe sometimes, but some of them seem so real. You just, you're like, oh no, I really do. I don't know.
Well, look how much we've advanced in the last 30 years. Now that we actually are at the tech level. Ooh. Now imagine a million years at that shit. Imagine a million years at that tech level. And how old is the universe, by the way? Billions of years? And you're telling me one civilization didn't have a million years to play with the technology we have today? The fuck?
I don't
So-
even wanna
You're
get into
joking.
that
I
right
might
now.
I might
have so much
date
to
myself
say.
with this comment.
Yeah, look what you started.
Didn't Mel Gibson kind of prove that sometimes conspiracy theories can be true?
I believe
Wait.
some of them.
Are we really relying on anything Mel Gibson said? Are you
He,
fucking
not that
real?
he said, just the movie that he was in. So even less reliable, but still. Huh. People-based theories on less
Where are my comments,
information.
Tournament? What do you mean?
You know, just thing is, don't rationalize your existence. It gets scary.
Rationalize my existence?
Yeah.
So,
You ever
what do you
try
mean? Should we
rationalize
think
your
about that right now then? Let's get scary.
No, because I would sometimes.
Let's get scary.
I would step out of my house with my coffee and I would just look in the sky and I'm like, oh shit, I'm in this bitch. And I'm like, then I get like pictures of like the worlds and how they're moving and stuff. I'm like, whoa. And then at that, I'm back. Yeah. So it's don't only certain people could do it. It's a magical power. Actually, don't do it at all. It gives you a
Oh.
headache. Gave me a headache numerous times. So, yeah, that
Yeah.
happened.
Did it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Or were you too high?
I was.
Did it really happen? Or did you just imagine it?
You know,
You never know.
I played Civilization so many times.
Oh,
Did you?
yeah, I'll fix it next time.
It's like,
Hey,
I
did you know that the global world powers play
Right now.
a game of Risk, but with real people instead of pawns?
did that too.
Wait, are you saying Putin and Donald Trump are playing a game of Risk with us?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, really, that's all it really is, but with actual
Oh,
stuff on the
Biden
line
is the
instead of just a
pawn.
win and lose.
I don't know.
That's it. What happens when we overthrow them, though? And
If you
Okay,
fail,
well-
it's treason. If you succeed, you're a hero.
I like treasure.
so, is it funny that no one teaches you about the Constitution growing up?
Uh-oh.
And so, since we're going to that, you know, it's actually in the Constitution to bear arms and throw over any tyrannical government.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what we were based on. If you go back to, that's literally what our founding fathers did.
I
They
mean,
threw over the entirety of
yeah.
Europe and made
Yeah.
it our own.
our founding fathers.
So
risked-
now we're getting
risked
watched by the
being
FBI.
labeled
There
as
you go.
treason, or they risked treason to attempt to make us free.
They risked their treasure, guys. Can you believe that? For our freedom.
And you know, we
But are we already past that point? The thing is, it's okay. And so I guess we'll get to that nonsense. Let's just tap into that. Is it a little weird that Hillary Clinton's kid used to hang out with Donald Trump's kids? And the Trumps and the Clintons, you know, kind of used to hang out because the kids were really good friends. So what if we already lost whether the left or the right one?
when the only options are left or right, we can never move forward.
There's always going to be division in the country. Now, the point is, we need to get back. Why are we getting political?
Okay, Mr. Foreigner, I'm not born here. How do we get back? How do we get back to America? Tell us, Mr. I wasn't born here. How do we get back to
In order for
America?
everybody to love everybody, we need to crop dust everybody with weed smoke. I'm just saying. You know, we wouldn't have war if Russia just like, yo, like, just crop dusted everybody with weed.
No, please tell
Everybody
us.
chill.
How do we end the war on Russia?
Weed. In Russia, and
Hey,
weed
savage.
is so illegal in Russia, like they'll chop your hands off for even having a gram. Okay, they need to like.
Is
they
that
need,
truth or just an exaggeration?
A little bit of truth.
A little bit of both.
I got a little bit of my conspiracy magic in it.
Russia would never come after us because they can't. They can't even beat up Ukraine. How pathetic.
This weed is too delicious. We have to no more. No.
Piss.
It's too good.
Hey, please tell us more though. But please, how would you end the war? How would you end the war today?
This is what. Pretend you're Russia. Pretend you're Ukraine. Yo, guys. Look at this amazing blunt I rolled up. Okay, my really good friend really rolled up this blunt, and I think we should all enjoy it. Okay, let's spark this up.
Is
No,
it
no,
in a
no,
green
put the gun away,
wrap?
put the
Because
gun
the
away.
green screen
Put
is
the gun
making it disappear.
I don't know what he's doing, you guys. I have no idea. There's nothing in his hand, and he's like, "Oh, look what's in my hand, you guys! Imagination land!
Pass it to your
Oh,
brother,
look,
and then they all become
imagination!"
friends.
It was a white grape, white owl, and it disappeared with the green screen.
Then
But
we take over
Hi, everybody.
America together. Alright.
Well, I like the That was even better.
What's up? Don't mind me. Pass it this way. Pass the cup. Pass the cup. Vinny, next topic.
why did the barmaids leave?
Wait,
I mean, we're talking
excuse
about weed.
me?
Never mind.
Hold on, wait, what?
The
Barmaids.
barmaids.
Who left?
Yeah.
Wait,
the
what?
Barmaids. They could have gotten us drinks if we needed
The
them.
barmaids? Are you calling me the fucking barmaid right now,
No,
bud?
not you. Not you. The ones that were the ones that were bringing the first group the drinks. No, they're gone. They're gone. You know, where's
Well, they both have beautiful women to go pleasure, so that's where they're at now.
There we go. That's a good excuse
Yeah.
right there.
I'll accept it.
They're out pleasuring their women right now, and so we are sex positive here, and we encourage them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we decided. That's what we decided.
Sex sells, so we gotta.
Yeah.
We gotta.
Does
allow
it though?
Huh? Who?
Does sex sell?
I mean, so if we want to get to the psychology.
Oh wait, no.
Wait.
Okay, let's get to. Okay, so Vladimir, let's sex sells. Tell us the first time you ever had sex on marijuana. Who was it with? When was it? How did it happen? What did you do? How did you have sex for the first time on marijuana? How did you like having sex high as fuck?
Oh, I got a fucking story.
Very first time ever, though.
Oh my god. So let me explain to you. Can I get the little thing that you had with the introduction to a story that I'm about to say?
Oh shit, he wants the full story time.
Oh.
Oh fuck, I wasn't ready. Oh, I wasn't ready, but I am ready now.
We are live. We're in Las Vegas. We're... oh my god. No, I'm joking. So basically, what happened was, my family is very conservative, and as you know, it's as from where I'm from, pretty logical. You know, your parent catches you smoking that doobie, the devil's lettuce. I would be upset too if my daughter was smoking weed in the house and not outside. You know, stuff of that nature. The thing is, it was high school, okay, and I found this beautiful girl on the Tinder. I spent my hard-earned cash working at Petland to purchase a Tinder membership. I put in $35 for that monthly. It's $35 back then, you know? So purchased them, and I got a girl, and she was so interested. And I can't say names. I'm gonna say, let's call her Michelle, okay? And she was so awesome, okay? She was so awesome. We got along, left it was amazing. The thing is, oh my god, hold on. The thing is, what happened was, I rolled up a nice J, it was my first ever smoking weed because the girl thought it was cool, because the first thing that she said in the Tinder was, "Do you smoke weed?" And I'm like, I say yes. You go out, like. So I said, yes, and I didn't know weed like existed, I was like, okay, weed. I'm gonna get
So,
myself into the devil's lettuce.
what had happened was,
So I rolled a bootleg ass J. You know, I tried my best. You know, I went through like 6 YouTube videos to roll my first J just so I could impress this girl. Okay, and what happened was it didn't turn out so bad. It turned out really well. We were smoking, having a great time, and holy shit, she's like, "Yo, I need to be right back." Okay, and she came. She went out, and my brother and my sister came. Okay, and they, of course, super conservative, non-weed smokers, you know, yelled at me. My brother thought it was like, oh, he's gonna become a drug dealer. He's gonna become a bad man smoking the and all the shit, you know. That's like you know. The thing is, my brother thought like it was that bad that he signed my goofy ass for a gym membership. He gave me a card for his discount protein shake shop, whatever. He was like, "You're gonna go to the gym right now. No more weed smoking. You can't hang out with no losers." And I'm like, "Bro, that was for a girl. I was trying to impress a girl." He's like, "No excuse. No excuse. You go to the gym right now, bada bing." And I'm like, "Okay." And that's how I began my gym life. I got scarred because my brother. I'm a little guy. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like 5'7". My brother, he's a fucking unit. Okay, imagine a big, scary Russian guy.
when you
Just
call your
busted
brother a
through the
unit.
door and he's like, "Hey, the stupid," and you're like, "Yo, dude, I had a girl here. Like, can you, like, be chill? Like, I'm trying to, like, this is the first time I'm ever gonna experience a girl touch, like, a normal conversation, like, and you just fucked it up and cock blocked me." And then, what happened was, I told her straight up, I'm like, "Yo, if you come here, my brother's gonna give you a college lecture. I'm gonna save your life. We'll meet up tomorrow." And she ghosted me ever since, and I'm still pissed at my brother for that specific scenario. So the point is, wait till you want to smoke your weed. Just wait till you have your own house. You know, you got some group of buddies that you could just actually smoke and enjoy the good times and the good weed. You know, that's my
What?
You know, yeah. That happened.
Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, 10 minutes later, great fucking rant.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that shit. Oh.
So, what'd you do again?
She was really awesome. It sucked. It really sucked that that fucking happened. Fuck you, bro.
Oh. Same question. We don't get to ask this often, especially like this, because, well, apparently there's nothing like boys around here. Okay, same question for the girl.
Oh my god. I'm sorry.
Are we stoned? Oh, wait, are we stoned? Did we
What's the
forget?
question?
Oh, my land. Yes, that was the whole point. This is stoner talk.
That's what happens when we pass things around off.
He's like, wait, did we do that? The question was, when do you feel comfortable for the first time ever smoking with someone new that you've never met before, but like a friend? Well, I suppose you already gave a really, really good story. You know, let's pick on somebody else. Fuck, that's not fair. Vinny.
I have a story.
Oh, wait. Are we ready for the story time? You have a story?
Give her the introduction now.
Hold on.
Yes, I do.
Wait, hold on. Okay, here we go. Story time.
I did use.
Wait. Hold on 1 second. You gotta watch the screen. You ready? Story time.
Right now. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, God, not him. Jesus, not him.
Anyways, I did used to, like, when I was younger, I used to smoke at this park called Cal Anderson Park in Seattle, Washington. And it was my favorite place to go all the time. But one day I showed up there and this guy was like, "Hey, you want to..." Oh, fuck. Hold on, I'm spacing on the story. He was like, "Hey, you want to smoke?" And I'm like, "No, not really. Like, I'd rather smoke my own weed." And he's like, "No, smoke mine. It's better." And, like, it's just... Okay. The thing is, it wasn't even weed. Like, he actually put something in it. to make it like.
That's the
And
key,
this is
right? He
why
put
I-
something in
And
it.
this is why I learned to never smoke with people I don't really know exactly, because there was, like, I like smoking with people. I had to get to know them a little better, but I smoked with this person the first night I met him. I was like, yeah, let's go hang out.
Ooh, that could be a little
He
scary.
put something in it, and I think it
Like
was
hash, keef,
no,
meth, cocaine.
it was something worse than weed, and I literally.
Did
I
you
passed
trip some
out-
balls? Did you trip some
I
balls?
passed out at the park for 4 hours. I
Oh,
woke
shit.
up at the park at like 3 in the morning, and I'm like, why the fuck am I here? I had to order an Uber home because
At 3 in the morning?
This
Are
is
all
why-
your kidneys intact?
I realized I can't
Are
smoke
you
with
okay?
people randomly. Yeah, I'm okay now. Like I'm more of a professional now. I go to dispensaries and I take.
Oh, wait. So we moved up. We gotten better at that.
Yeah, that was when I was 18. I'm older now, so.
Oh, girls don't have to say her age. Listen. Nobody
You
has to
really
say
wanna
their
know
age.
my age?
Nobody has to say
Okay.
her age online. No.
Actually,
And
that was my last experience smoking with someone randomly, and it ended up terribly. So I just, kind of
God.
took the more, adult route, and I was like, no,
The
I can't
adult
smoke
route.
with these people.
okay, well, hold on. Let's go with this. So the chat wants to know. So there's a 24-year-old right now in the chat saying, "I'm old." How do we feel about 24? Old or young?
Well, okay. If you want to know my real age,
No, we don't need your real age. We're picking on the chat.
that's old. No, I'm
Damn,
joking.
you're fucking old, bud. You're fucking old, gummy bear. You're fucking old. Oh, you're welcome. I guess that makes me ancient, though. If it makes you feel better. Fuck it.
24 is young.
Just call me daddy.
Really?
Just call me daddy,
24 is
chat.
young.
You're within that
Yeah.
SpongeBob
I'm-
meme.
You're
You can call me daddy.
No.
I feel like anything
You're-
over 23 is old.
I
Anything
feel
over
like-
23 is old.
I feel like
Yeah.
your
I'm-
adult youth
Fuck.
is 18 to 30, and those are the
Adult youth? Who hurt
The
you?
adult youth is 18 to 30, and those are the years that you're supposed to
Such
fuck
a
up.
late bloomer.
You're supposed to
You're
fuck 'em
supposed
up.
to
I
fuck up
agree
everything
with
by
that.
21 or
Fuck 'em up.
22.
Just fuck 'em
Nah.
up.
No,
Have your
bullshit.
fun.
No, that
Have
no.
your parties.
No.
I'll tell you though.
You
for
live
my
your
no,
life
no,
in your
no.
I feel
20s.
like I'm such
Live
an
your
adult.
life in your 20s. Just,
Okay.
just be
You
selfish.
live
Have
life,
the
but that's
fun.
because
Should
you can
I?
find.
Because if you're telling me that now, then maybe I should be selfish and start doing more.
I
Yes, you should be more. Okay, first off,
my
First-
my 20s.
first you're supposed to get rid of
started
all that
off
shit
on
in
top,
college.
ended in the gutter, and now that I'm 35, I've regained my control of my
Oh.
life, and I don't regret a second of those decisions.
That could have been us. You went out with someone else savage. Could have been us.
Wow. I feel so young.
If you're not in the gutter by 30 and then picking yourself up by the
Okay, well,
bootstraps
I'm
at
not
31,
close to 30 yet, so I feel like I have a few years.
She's like, "Hey,
so-
take it easy. Take it easy,
Take it easy on
Take
me."
it easy."
that's what I'm saying here.
I'll be
No.
back.
Is-
No,
is-
wait.
is
Well,
have
we're
your
only here for
fun.
another
Like,
15
you don't need
minutes,
to
but-
be
okay,
in
we're
the
back.
gutter by 30, but have your fun.
No, I disagree with that 1,000%. And so what I mean by that is you're supposed to get all that shit out of your way through college, which college lasts 4 years. And so you got 18 to 22, 23 if you took a skip year, and that's it. 23 to 30, you be a fucking man. Don't be a little boy anymore. That's like, okay, so here's my story time of the day. Here's my story time of the day, and here's what I mean by that. When I was a boy or a young man or a child, I used to do this most cheesy thing where I would tell a girl, "I love you." The first time we're going out, I'd be like, "Baby, I love you." And then by Saturday night, you're smashing cheeks because I love you. And then by Friday night, the next week, I'm trying to dump your ass and say I love you to another person. That's little boy moves.
That's what happens when
So,
you're young.
That's
though.
little boy moves, but you're
Unless you
supposed
stay
to
a
do all
child.
that as a child. Now, back to the same thing, I also, and then I'll let you go, I also used to do what I used to call the loser role. And I would play the reverse card of girls never talk to me, I'm still a virgin, I've never even kissed a girl, I don't know what boobs feel like, I'm always taking girls out, but they never do anything. I'll take them here, I'll take them, and lie my ass off and play the, oh, I'm such a loser. But now that I'm in my 30s and I'm old, yo, you don't pull the fucking loser card. Girls don't want to go out the fucking loser. They want a confident fucking man.
As you get older, you expect like
You
more
can't
from a guy.
use those
So,
cards
I
anymore.
agree.
Going off of what you said,
What worked in high school
The-
or college level doesn't work
the
anymore.
the guys who take things to that next level of what you were saying, like playing the loser card, the guys who are like, I do so much for you. Why don't you like me? They're like the best.
Ew,
friends.
no,
They
I
become
didn't
a
say
friend
that to the
a
one I
girl.
like. No,
And then they're
that's a
like,
big difference. I didn't say that.
But
I didn't say that. I meant
that's
to
what
a
I'm
new
saying.
girl.
The next
To
step
a new
after.
girl.
The next
To a
step
new girl,
after.
not to the same girl.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
I do.
Where they become your friend. They do a bunch of stuff for you. They're super generous with doing stuff for you, and then they're like, "Why won't you fuck me? Like you're a bitch."
It like depends on the guy.
Those-
like
I-
how you
those
feel
guys
about,
bug me.
like,
Those
the
guys bug
guy.
me.
Because like, you know, sometimes you can actually become friends with somebody, and other times, you know, they're just trying to fuck you, and you're like, okay, I'm willing to do it, but then you get hurt at the end. Like, I don't know. It really just depends on like the situation, the person, and like what you're
Okay,
doing.
So
Ooh,
those
no,
guys,
let's
those
side to
guys-
that one. No, we have only girl have a minute. Let's side to that one for 1 minute. This is a good
Okay.
one. So now I feel like sometimes that's a tough one. Okay, so what I mean by that is sometimes a girl will befriend a guy knowing that the guy just wants to bang. And then the guy will be nice, do the extras, and the girl will string him along. But then eventually this girl actually creates a really good friendship, but only becomes friends, absolutely friend zone him, but knew the whole time that the friend zone is full of shit because that guy is still only being your friend because he's trying to impress you or show that he's the best. And at the end of the day, he's honestly
that
just trying to
happens,
bang.
like,
He's literally
90%
just
of
trying
the
to bang.
time.
So
But so now, at what point is it the girl's? I don't want to say responsibility because guys are simps. But at what point is the girl like really supposed to be like, bro? You know, we're never ever gonna bang, right? Like you have been friend zoned to the max, bud. You're like little brother material forever.
I feel
forever.
like when you give your full to somebody, like, you know, to that guy who thinks that they're gonna fuck you at some point, like, once you, like, sit there one night and you're, like, drinking and you tell him your full life story and you're crying to him, you know, whatever the fuck is going on, like, that's when they should know. But, like, something about, you know, certain guys is, like, they never really know. They're always expecting a certain thing from you.
But what about a primal ego of you always just think like, oh, I deserve that. I can get that. It's right here in front of me. She's talking to me. She's laughing for me.
It depends.
She's letting me take her out.
Okay, I'll tell you.
But again-
it depends on the woman though.
But you
Because-
let your brother take you out, right? You laugh with your sibling. You have a good time with your sibling, and so
Yeah, of course.
so
Well,
you
because
you
he's
end
my
up
brother.
that guy ends up in that same mode. No,
Well, because he's my brother.
right?
But,
Same
like,
thing.
It like if it's a guy though, and you're like, okay, we'll go out, have fun, but like if you don't want it to go any further, then you need to have like the confidence and like that, you know,
That like
that's it.
rawr.
You're like, hey, no, I don't want this, you know. But some women don't have that, so sometimes they just.
Well, it's
kinda
not that
give
they don't
in.
want that. They have different goals. So what I meant by that is sometimes you know that they're just friend zone, but you let them keep taking you out. They treat you like a princess.
Well,
They show you. The
I think that's also
bar.
because some women just like that luxury.
You
know?
damn
and-
right they do. A free
So,
meal
I
is a
feel
free
like
meal,
women
man.
doing that, women
Buy
like
me
the
my
luxury,
fucking shrimp
like,
pad
hey,
thai.
Take me out to dinner, you know. Take me out for
Oh.
this. Let's have fun. But like, take me home after.
Yes, Vladdy Daddy,
I
take
think
me out
that-
to dinner. Vladdy Daddy, take me out to dinner, Daddy. Oh, Daddy.
Take Matt out to dinner.
I will.
Yeah, so my whole point that I was making earlier is if you're pretending to be the nice guy and you're doing nice things for your friend, your whole objective is to get them to be your girlfriend, to fuck them, you're not a nice guy. You are a douchebag who is pretending to be a nice guy, ruining the nice guy facade for the actual nice guys who do nice things for their friends that are girls.
But you have to look out for the girls who are like completely like tranced by that. They see that and they're like, wow, like you're. I actually agree with you on that because like
They're
seen
pretending.
firsthand, like not me exactly, but like my
Me exactly?
No.
Come on.
But I'm telling you, I've had friends out like here in California who have like just flirted with guys for no fucking reason, and I'm sitting there like, you're being a stupid, like, you're being stupid right now. That's it. Like, you're just being stupid, you know? Like, grow up a little bit. And it took me a little while to figure that whole situation out, like figure out what's going on. Like when you're going out, like you have to take care of yourself and realize what's going on around, like, you know, with others.
So, a little background story for me is that I used to be a bouncer at a college town bar for 5.5 years.
Ooh, tell us the name.
The bar was Coyote Grill,
In what city?
Whitewater, Wisconsin.
We had to know. We had to know.
D3 sport powerhouse, college town,
D3
whatever.
guys.
Big drinking school too. But anyways, as the bouncer of this bar, I would hear these guys just drinking away their sorrows about how they're these really nice guys and how why won't these girls give the nice guy a shot? And I just wanted to yell at each and every one of them because you're a douchebag. You're being nice to get in girls' pants.
Yeah.
Be
Well,
nice to be nice. Don't
That's the only reason
expect
I'm
to be
nice.
I-
Why else do you be nice to a
At
girl?
this age,
Be nice to
at
be
this
nice
day-
because it's
I got
the
away
right
with that
thing
one.
to do.
But at this day and age, I feel like it's hard for women to see the difference between a good guy
And
and
one who's
just
pretending.
one who's just pretending to be a good guy.
So
Ooh,
when you
oh,
are a good
wait,
guy,
wait,
you
yo,
look like a
okay,
guy who's
okay.
pretending.
No, okay, so unfortunately, and I've learned this from being online a lot. I have noticed the way I talk online versus my friends, and I've also watched the last 10 weeks my friends up their game to where they're almost. But so what I'm getting at is it takes practice, and so the scary part is sometimes when they come off too good, male or female, how much practice? How many times have they done that before? Because goddamn, they got that lickety split, man. And I'll admit, I personally can talk to girls online, and I got that like I already know how to be like, baby, listen, I'm gonna go down there, I'm gonna put a spit shine on that, and I'm done with your taco. You're gonna be able to see my fucking reflection on that, like the little things. But to have that confidence and pull that out online, you gotta. Again, that's not the first time I've said that line. That's a practice. That's rehearsed. I've clearly used that before. And there was somebody who enjoyed that or liked that. Do I think that's borderline cringy? Absolutely, because I've already used that line.
Okay, let me just say one thing. I think it also depends on the woman and how much, like, you could say the same line a million times, because you've used
Eventually,
it, like,
one is going to work on, right?
Yeah,
The
but,
law
like,
of
it also
probability.
depends on
Right.
women because, like, depends on how much a woman is drinking or smoking or...
Well, there's that.
Sometimes people, like, their whole vibe changes when they, like, have a drink or have a, puff of
Like,
a
you can be
joint,
sober, but sometimes it's the, ooh, nobody talked to me that way. Okay, buy me a drink. Tell me more. But then so you cross the first hurdle, but then there's the practice of, okay, how many times have you gotten over hurdle 1, and now you're at hurdle 2, where clearly she's interested. Now you actually have to talk.
And that's where most men get...
Yeah, because they got the one-liners, but then they actually have to talk to
men
you.
or women, but, like, I feel like most
Oh, it's
men
both.
get
Oh, it's both.
scared.
No, it's
Okay,
definitely both.
most men and women, that's
It's
where
both.
they get scared, and that's when they run off and split apart, and they're like, all right,
You
we're
get
not
that first
talking ever
yes.
again.
Because then it gets too real. It gets too real.
Exactly, and a lot of people, don't want a real relationship until they're, like, ready.
Well, okay, so I think that's a good one too. I think sometimes that's a mindset is a threat, right? And so if like our we won't say his name, but our good buddy who's internet famous who goes out here with the microphone, homeboy's got 6 fucking kids. Jesus Christ,
3.
what a
3.
fuck boy.
3. He's got
3?
6 or
3,
He's got
That's a
6?
big difference.
Whoa,
But
man.
it's also 3 baby mamas, so it's just as bad.
Wait, so 6 kids and 3 baby mamas?
No, 3 kids with 3 baby mamas.
Oh, okay. I was like, where did
That's practice makes perfect. That man has these lines down pat. Has heard of 1, 2, and 3. So much so he even hits grand slams and has a child. But that I'm sure took a lot of practice. That doesn't happen overnight. I've watched him. It's very beautiful. He has great lines. it didn't happen overnight. And so I feel like at a certain point, you're like, how much time did you put into that just to fuck? Like, there's got to be more to life than that. It goes back to what we were talking about earlier, finding common interests, right? But if you just go by, oh my god, you're 6'7" and buff, you sexy motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay, I agree with that.
Quit it. Guy 6'7" shows up, man, who doesn't want to play hop on pop? Don't fucking play, bro. Don't play. But then, did you go for the personality? Or did you just go, welcome back? Or did you just go for the idea of like, oh, I have attraction? Okay, so no, fuck it. You know what? Here, and if you're listening, I'm so sorry. But I'll give a story time.
Alright.
Fuck it. I'll give a good story time. This happened this weekend, actually. I'm gonna way overshare out of my wheelhouse. That listen, I have my family watch. Listen, your family members, just earmuffs are honestly, this has been a great broadcast. If you're my family, could you just end right now? Like, please, bye. Just leave. All right. I'm gonna give 1 minute. I'm gonna pretend my family left now. Seriously, if you're my family and you're still here, close the fucking thing. All right, thanks. So that being said, this weekend, I've been going out with this pretty awesome girl, and I thought we were having a really good time, and everything was going great, pretty good. And so she was explaining to me how her ex had a very tiny penis and has never given her an orgasm, but this guy is literally an ogre, like a 6'3" chiseled guy. Buff out of belief, I'm sure, from everything it was hyped up to be. But this guy is a prick. He kind of ignores her. But you know what? He's chiseled like a fucking guy. But he has a needle dick, and he's never given her an orgasm. So me and her were hanging out, and you know what happened? I gave her an O the first go around. That would stop it. And we had a really good time. But the thing is that we'd only been hanging out for a week. And suddenly, her ex wanted her back, and out of nowhere she's like, I don't know if we can go out anymore. I'm like, wait, hold on. So this guy treated you like shit, he's never got you off, and he has a needle dick, and you're gonna go with him over me? What the fuck? But the thing is that sometimes you just, love knows what love knows, and I don't even hold the answer. I totally get it. If you're with someone for 2 years or however long they were with for, you create that bond, that trust, that, I don't know, but sometimes that's the way it's supposed to be. Sometimes you just feel like, and so the point I'm getting to this travel is, do you feel like sometimes people stick with people for the wrong reasons, or they get committed and then they just stick with it? And it goes back to the first rant that I went on probably about an hour and a half ago about sometimes people just defend their high school friends or their elementary school friends too goddamn long, and they always think that the past is way better than what it really was. Like, for whatever reason, you can only remember those couple of good times, and you just pull a blank on all of the shitty times, and that's so confusing, man. I don't know. But I feel like, are you guys ready to come back? I'm about done with story time. Yeah, you're okay. Fuck it. Oh, so one down. No big deal. Anywho, take on that, kids. We lost one.
Yep, we lost one.
We lost one. We're going to let her jump back. And so, yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, sometimes you got to be careful with all that shit. Because sometimes you're letting your past emotions, you can jump in. You're good. Jump in, however. So sometimes I feel like you're allowing your past to really, like, ruin your future. At what point, I guess, would be the question, my stoner friends. At what point do you kind of just got to be like, all right, I can't let this get in the way anymore of my future? Or at what point is your past so fucking heavy on you that you just can't let go, or you don't want to go? Or it was so good you just can't wait to relive it again?
I had the next ones where, like, similar thing. the good times were perfect. Things were perfect when things were good.
When they're good.
And that was about 30% of the time. The rest of the
That's
time,
not a lot.
Whoa, but that could be a lot. No. Okay, no. Side question. Does that 30% outweigh the other 66? Is that 30% so fucking good, so near dear to your heart that
So
you
you're
can see
basically
past?
love-
Can you see past the other 66?
so I broke up with her about 6 or 7 times.
Oh, Jesus Christ, bud.
I was holding on to hope that
You were
that
holding on to
30%.
love.
I was holding on to
Love, lust. Wait, is that lust at that point?
Lust. I think that's
Lust.
That's right,
No.
I think you're
Lust.
holding
No.
on to lust.
I was in love with that 30%. And that had nothing to do with sex. Because the sex wasn't really that great.
Jesus.
So if it was the sex that I was holding on to, that'd be lust. I was in love with the 30%.
You can be addicted to her mind or the thought of her. By the way, that lust can be the thought of her, the touch of her. And so I recently have been reminded that human touch is so fucking addictive.
So her jealousy led to emotional abuse, and her jealousy also led to physical abuse.
Oh, I don't
Because
like
she
either of
got
those.
so emotional about certain things that she would get physical.
That she
like,
started hurting
She
you?
was
Yeah.
trying so hard to hold on to me that her jealousy of other women was so bad that she'd get angry,
Were you
violent,
guys-
physical.
Were you guys together for like a long time?
Like a year and a half.
Oh,
So
I think that's a little crazy then, because
Yeah.
like, you know, at a certain point when you're in a relationship for a long time, like of course you start to feel like, you know, like I should know what's going on or what you're
do
doing.
you know what the
and
final breakup was over?
What?
I chose to let her sleep in because we stayed up all night because she was going on vacation. She wanted to drive me to work because that was the last time she was going to see me. But we stayed up all night.
And then it was the last time she ever saw you.
So yeah, so we stayed up all night before her vacation, and I had work the next day. I couldn't wake her up in the morning gently, and I wasn't about to like throw water on her or something to wake her up. So I called my sister to give me a ride to work because my car was back at my place and I was at hers. And she was so pissed off that I didn't make her get up, and that I called my sister to give me a ride to work, that she broke up with me over.
So
it.
that's on a whole nother level of jealousy that you can't like even repair. Like you're just like,
Well,
especially when a girlfriend, even a boyfriend gets jealous over your family, then that's like another level you can't even like people
Exactly.
have problems.
it's too much. Yeah, that's too much. I agree with that.
I know
That's too
that.
much.
So that's why I'm single.
That's why we're here today.
We're all here today to celebrate Vinny being single, and today's mission is to make sure Vinny is never single again. Yeah. No,
I mean,
I think Vinny likes being single. All right, let's stop picking on him. That's
No.
not
The
nice.
single life is
I
not that
like
bad,
being
though.
single more than being in a bad relationship.
Oh.
That's a great point. That's actually a perfect reason.
Sorry, guys.
So I mean, I don't
But what I've been-
I don't practice lines. I don't go out trying to pick up women. I want to meet a girl, get to know her, feel the vibe, and then decide.
Yeah, how do you feel a person's vibe at a club? I never understood that.
No. You
And
feel their ass
that's, you know
at
what,
the club.
that's why
You
people
feel
go
their
to
ass
clubs.
at the club. You
No,
don't feel the
people
vibe.
go to clubs to
That's
hook
okay.
up, okay?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other
Like I
reason
said,
to
you
go to a
feel
club.
their ass at the
Yeah.
club. You don't
Yeah,
you
you
don't feel
go
their
there, you're
vibe.
like,
You
hey,
feel
That's
their
just
ass.
yeah. You're just there for that. Okay, but that's different. That's lust. But now there's okay. So I've been to plenty of clubs, and I look at me. I'm not a club goer, but I understand the play. You got to actually dance. You got to vibe. You got to smile. You got to shake your booty. Sometimes you got to be a little aggressive. Put your arm around somebody and be like, "Yo, let's dance." And if my hips move the same way your hips go, God, it's go, baby, it's go. I don't know how to explain it, but clubs aren't where you meet to get in a relationship. Clubs are where you meet to let off some steam. Clubs are where you go to celebrate, relax, and then eventually let off some steam, right? Haha, and hook up. But you don't look man, when you hook up with someone from the club, you're trying to literally leave. Like, okay, so if I hook up with someone from the club, I'm trying to wake up at 5 in the morning and get all my shit and be out before she even wakes back up. It's not gonna work, man.
There's club
That's-
etiquette,
you know,
and then there's like etiquette when you're actually trying to be with somebody.
Yes. There's like I met you at the
There's a
bookstore.
difference.
Right. I met you at a group community thing. I met you like where no that's like there's a level of respect.
So a club hookup, that's when after you're done, you play the airplane game. Grab your shit and take off.
That's what I was saying. Yo, I make sure they don't even have my Instagram. What?
Before the sun even
What?
rises.
Oh wait, what? They don't get anything. Yo, they don't get anything. No. They get nothing from me. I say nay. And hopefully I get nothing from them because I don't need no diseases. Goddamn STDs. Fuck.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
That's not
Except
true.
for herpes.
That's
That
always
shit comes
been
home
a
with you.
rule. That's always been a thing. Whatever happens in Vegas, it stays in Vegas.
Except for herpes. That shit comes home with you.
Exactly.
All right, Vinny, we got 10 minutes, bud. Lead us in on how we're going to spend the last like 5 or 6 minutes before we go closing.
Alright, so we talked about all of the positives of smoking weed, meeting new friends, smoking weed with current friends, good buddies, smoking buddies. So, calm down.
Sorry, I didn't realize how loud his piss was.
Yeah, wait to let everybody know that he's taking a piss break. But anyways, so yeah, we're talking about all the positives of like smoking with some smoking buddies, some good buddies, and you know, smoking while having sex and all the good stuff. But how do we know when to tell a friend that they're smoking too much? Let's end this with a 10-minute conversation
okay.
on how to smoke responsibly and make sure that our friends aren't fucking up their lives with being, you know.
Oh, simple one. When your significant other or your mom or dad call me, you're fucking up. When all of a sudden you need to ask me for money, and before you were able to lend me money, and now you're trying to borrow from me, you're fucking up. You smoking too much, get your shit back on the job.
But
I think that's something else.
when a good friend noticed the downward spiral and stop you before you got to that point?
Well, so that's
But
touchy.
Stoner friends don't really like notice that as much.
Yeah. It's like
It's a little difficult. Unless
No,
you
that's
have, like,
tough.
a true
Okay.
friend.
it is, and that's
hard
why
drugs.
I think the listeners should kind of hear some of this because like that gray line between like smoking a lot but getting your shit done and smoking a lot and
all right,
neglecting.
all right.
Okay, wait. Whoa. Oh, yo, hold on. I zoomed in on me this time. I never do that. Okay, so from somebody who recently lost weight. Okay, so I used to go around and say there was 3 musketeers, and I would say it was me, Scott, and Brendan. That's before I met Vladimir. It is what it is. And I would say I've got 2 of the best friends in the whole wide world. But it also goes back to what I was talking about. I love you guys, but I can go an entire month without talking to you and just assume you're okay. That's because I expect the best from you. I just consider you're always doing good. I just assume if you got a problem, fuck, man, you're going to hit me up. You're going to call me. You're going to, like, I got your back. Unfortunately, that's not how it always works. I just recently lost an insanely good buddy who I always kind of wondered why he wasn't doing this podcast with us even. Like, he was that close. But drugs got in the way in the sense on he didn't know how to act and I didn't know how to act. Yeah, it's cold outside. And so with that, you know, sometimes I don't know if there was any way that I could have helped him or not helped him. I was always there for him. He always knew it. Hell, he always was coming to my house, or weird to say, he was always asking me for money. I always helped because he never, I don't think, asked for more than $20 at any one time. Smart man, because I was never going to give more than $20. But so I don't think that's fair. So I like Vinny, you for example. I just always assume, man, you're doing fucking good since the day I've known you. But I don't need to check in with you. I don't need to call you, text you. Hell, I just barely got your phone number recently. But I just always assume you're on the up and you're good. And so a good buddy can disappear for 30 days and be overdosed and drugged out and not reach out for help. And you never even had the opportunity to give the help. And then one day you're getting the phone call, you're like, yo, your friend's dead. And you're like, wait, what the fuck? Wait, but how? But why? We were just talking about vacations. And so sometimes people, I mean, Robin Williams is a great example of that. Sometimes people just bottle up shit and you never fucking see it coming. You never know the why. You never know the how. It just boom. And so I think, and then I'll let you guys speak. Sometimes the best you can do is just give your best and be the best buddy you can. And that's all you can do, because at the end of the day, it's so when I was younger, I thought one day I would get married and my mind would become her mind. My mind, my soul, my body. And I would control her body. She would control mine. Well, maybe that's partially true, but you're never going to fully get in my mind, and I'm never fully getting in yours. And fuck, that's the hardest part with all friendship. We all just got to trust each other, right? And so with that said, final thoughts? Let's call it a day here.
So I'm going to give a final thought here. So like you said, with, overdoses and worrying about friends and stuff, I used to be that friend. I lost a lot of people that were really close to me, and I was getting fucked up to ignore the pain and ignore the thoughts. And like I said before, you almost have to be in the gutter to fully live and then figure your shit out and mature. Sometimes you have to learn the hard way. I learned the hard way. In the span of 3 months, I lost the 4 closest people to me. And I was ignoring the pain, ignoring responsibilities with drugs. That's when you have to intervene. And, so I intervened on myself.
Okay, but now do you think, and so I know I could, and so I'll let you, I know I will do it better. If any friend has that struggle now going forward, I will do it better. I will see it, but it was so new to me, and it all happened so fast.
So the friends that I did have left were keeping me in the bad habits. Mm-hmm. So I pulled myself out with the help of my parents. And so I found a quote. Now, I was so fucked up at the time, I don't know where I heard it or who said it. But the saying was, it's okay to do drugs to have a good time or enhance a good time. It's not okay to do drugs to escape, because when the drugs are gone, the problem's still there. Mm-hmm. So I had to clean myself up, pull my bootstraps up, move 2,000 miles away from the friends that were keeping me into the drugs.
And restart, basically, right?
And restart. And so I left everything I knew for myself, to save myself. I was going to either be in jail or dead.
But that's what we were talking about earlier. You have to be selfish and put yourself first. How can anyone find you?
No, you don't have to be selfish.
Yes, you do. No, how can anyone find you if you can't find yourself?
You always need to put yourself first. And I learned that years later, because I'm not that person. I always put other people before me, but sometimes you have to realize you really need to just put yourself first. You're the most important.
You're damn right you are. Because if you ain't gonna look out for you, who the fuck is?
Exactly.
Who the fuck is, man?
So yeah, like I was saying, be selfish, have your fun, be responsible, be safe, don't overindulge, and make sure you're just doing things to have fun and not to escape. If you're dealing with some shit, reach out to your friends. Don't reach out to a drug. That's my PSA to everyone watching today. Is reach out to a friend. Don't reach out to a drug.
That's so beautiful.
Wow.
That's a.
But you can enjoy whatever you want to enjoy, whether it's alcohol or weed or whatever. Enjoy what you're gonna enjoy, but do it for fun. Don't do it to escape.
And that's how people get addicted, is because they do it to escape. And they do it for the first time, hey, let's have fun. And then they start to realize, oh, I'm just doing it to escape my problems.
And then coming back to when do you intervene?
course.
It's like if you see your friend indulging or even overindulging for fun, maybe leave them alone. But if you see them trying to escape pain or thoughts or whatever,
great
be
answer.
the friend that they can talk to. Show up. Be like, talk to me.
Be there for them.
Yeah, it's like when friends go down the bad path of drugs, so many people's first reaction is to stop talking to them, push them aside, because you don't want to be around the drugs and you don't want them stealing your shit and stuff and whatever. It happens.
I don't want no one
Trust
steal
me,
my
I know
shit.
that more than anyone.
But as someone who was in the gutter, if you have no friends to reach out to because they've all dropped you, the only thing left to reach for is the drugs.
Yeah.
So
Wow, that's deep,
you
bud.
have to always be there for your friends, but you don't have to be there for their habits. And so, now we got super deep and everybody's...
I think we can leave it on that, man. I don't know if any one of us can top that. I think that was the end, you guys. Are we okay with leaving it at that? I'll give it.
All right,
I'll give
yeah.
it.
Let's mute it and do
You
the
two
little
kids good with
walk-off.
that? All right, everybody. So that was so fucking deep. Okay. So I'll leave it. I'll go to my own little. I'll give you my Jerry Springer one. And this is I had a Jerry. So I feel like I'm pretty good on Jerry Springer thoughts, and I'm gonna skip everything I wrote down. Here's my final thought, everybody. Damn, that was deep. This is why we're here. It's about connecting, helping, meeting new people, talking about new things, doing things that we haven't done before. We're gonna be here every single Tuesday for 3 hours, 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30, with three pretty cool different segments. I know, long time no see. I'm your final thought. No, stop, chat. So I am in multiple different platforms right now, and I just want to say thank you, everybody. So we're gonna be on the DTLV Good Buddies YouTube in case this ever stops me on these minor league apps. We are moving over to the pros. We're going to be on YouTube and the Twitch Rooney. We're going to do this every single Tuesday, and so I look forward to seeing you guys. I'll see you guys next Tuesday, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, and yeah, we will be doing more shorts on the YouTube as well. I just have to organize it. We have a bunch of content finally, which is so badass. So I'll see everybody next week, everybody. God bless you all, and I'll see you Tuesday at 7:30 Pacific. Bye.